Hello, everyone. Welcome to my first Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle of Bane and Blood. This is our fourth prologue, Final Liberation. So let's meet our werewolves, starting with Avery.
Hello, everyone. Hi, it's me, Avery, at Averydaboi on all the social media platforms. I'm a community ambassador on the Rolling Nomads. You can also catch me in other, fun games, such as Berlin Bloodlines as Unbergen Edgar Waite. You can also catch me in all 10 episodes of Berlin Bloodlines, which are on our YouTube channel as the storyteller. Thank you for being here.
What Avery meant to say was Transylvania Beckons, but yes.
What did I say?
You said Berlin Bloodlines twice.
Oh, fuck me.
But you're not sick.
I'm not sick. Don't get sick.
Az?
Hello, I'm Az, or as I was on the social media, because I think I'm funny. Today I will be playing Red Talon. Timber shakes the trees. Definitely not a problem. The Ragabash.
Yes. Luna?
Hello. I'm very excited to be here for my first werewolf game. I'm Luna, or Druid by Night, and tonight I will be playing Lorelei, the Black Talon, the Urge.
Black Fury.
Black Fury! I'm doing so good.
It's fine. We're all learning as we go along, except I have to know everything. And last but not least, Ramos.
Hello, everyone. I am Ramos, aka Ramos the Nomad. I'm here, and today I will be playing Elias Richter.
Would you like to tell us what tribe you play?
Yes, I play as part of the Ghost Council.
Mm-hmm. I'm Huddy. Hello, I'm your storyteller. This is a Werewolf the Apocalypse 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. All the content warnings for this game will be down in the description below. So if you all are ready, last one's anfangen, because I need to say that now. Let us begin. Let us return to our werewolf story. It is June 2021. It has been 6 years since Timber arrived at the Monse Cairn, 7 years since Elias joined the Sept, and 8 years since the fall of the Grunewald Cairn. We open our scene tonight with Elias. In the early morning hours, Cascada woke you in your cabin and asked you to assist her with something. She was vague, but claimed that the tributary source of spring water in the cairn was being poisoned by something external. Right now, you're following Cascada through the deeper woods surrounding the Sept to the Temple Nassé. Luckily, it's early morning, so it's unlikely you'll come across any people of the map looking to spend their day at the lake, but unfortunately, it is summertime, so the chance is higher than it is in the off-season. Both of you are in lupus form, and Elias, it's strange. Sweets and Timber and Crookpaw are the ones who tend to venture into the deeper woods to go hunting in their wolf form. It's not really something that you partake of, so you were kind of unaware of how deep these woods really got. But eventually you do come to the lake, and Cascada surveys the area and looks to you to do the same, and I need a wits and awareness, and in this form you can add an extra die. And I need to make the same roll for her for no reason.
Understood. What am I looking at for rage?
She woke you up, so you didn't get a full night's sleep, so you're at 2 rage.
Copy that.
Oh.
3 successes.
She got a brutal outcome. Which, when you are looking for something and not doing something physical, that's really bad. So, 3 successes. You survey around, Cascada surveys around, and neither of you see anything. And that's when something comes out of the lake. A large tendril of what can only be described as dripping garbage grabs onto Cascada and drags her into the lake. She screams out, but doesn't have time to shift, and goes under the water.
I am going to dive after her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is a smart idea. Yeah, fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna rapid shift to Hispo form.
Hispo, not Krynos.
Yeah, you know what? Krynos is probably better. We're gonna do Krynos.
I need 2 rage checks. If you fail
One
them
success, one
both,
failure.
okay. So if you fail them both, you won't be able to shift at all. But you passed at least one, so you transform into, you grow into 10, 11, 12 feet tall. You have rapid shift, so it doesn't take any time for you to do this. Your fangs become massive, your maw extends, your hands become absolute death machines, and you can increase yourself to 5 rage, and you're going to dive in after her. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You may make me, as you dive in, another Dex Athletics. The number you're looking to beat is 4.
I did not beat a 4. It's 3 successes.
Okay, you're going to take a point of aggravated damage as you dive in. One of those tendrils from this thing, which I'll explain what it is in just a second, shoots up and hits you right in the stomach, forces you out of the water, and you plummet back in a little bit farther away from it. You did get a good look at it, though, as you dived under the water, and what it is, you don't have any dots on occult, do you? Yeah. So what it is can only be described as a worm-possessed garbage heap. And it is blocking right now the tributary that leads to the cairn. And it is angry, it's attacking. Cascada is wrapped in its tendrils. She will also attempt to shift under the water. Success. Success. And she is shifting, but she is trapped in its tendrils, and it is harming her. It is injuring her. What would you like to do now?
We're aiming to kill this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is my primary function right now.
Would you like to use any gifts, or would you like to just attack it with mouth and claw?
I'm not sure I have. The only thing that would help me in this sense is Spirit of the Fray, but that's from multiple opponents.
You can use it for a single opponent. Yeah, I believe you add what is it? Your dots in wisdom.
Let's find out together. I really need to have multiple instances of the core book up so I can have things just kind of up. Spirit of the Fray.
You add your dots in glory. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can attack and add your dots in glory, but I just need another rage check.
Understood. Okay.
You can do it.
And then
Don't panic.
Dots and glory.
Don't panic. The sept of the cairn might die here,
All
right here. Don't panic, though.
Not a fire even to fucking say about it. Holy shit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sieben.
Sieben. Very good. Okay, Sieben. Perfect. So, that's enough. That is half of its health gone down. The thing had 20 health. It's from the book. The thing, that's half of its health down, and it lets go of Cascada. She needs to regenerate. Success. Why couldn't I get these successes on Rage Dice before? She regenerates 2 of her aggravated damage. She's still damaged, but she is also going to go in with Wind Claws. She gets to add her dots of wisdom, and it applies automatically when she's in Krynos form. Elias, what else would you like to do? Would you like to just keep going at it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Make me 1 Dex Athletics, though, since it lets go of her.
Understood.
That's much better. This is when you want to get a brutal outcome.
That is 4 successes on that Dex Athletics.
Not enough. It grabs onto you, Elias, with its tendrils as you rake your claws across it, rip into the garbage with your mouth. You're going to take 2 points of aggravated damage.
Understood.
But Cascada, who is freed, rolled 4, 8, 9, 10 successes. And so she's going to go in with her claws, and that is going to eliminate the rest of it. As it attaches to you and gives you aggravated damage, Cascada comes in with her claws and with her mouth and rips the rest of the garbage heap to shreds. The water all around you is becoming filled with this toxic grease from it, and you can hear it screaming under the water. And as it dies, if you can even call it that, you watch, as it lets go of you, a spirit ascend from it out from the water into the sky. And now it is just empty trash, cans, paper that is just floating free now in the water. You may heal whatever you have left while you're still in your Krynos form. So she's going to shift back to Hamid form in the water, lose all of her rage. Are you going to shift back to Hamid as well?
Yes, and then swim over to see if she needs assistance at all.
Remove all of your rage dice. Immediately she says, Elias, on the shore, grab the and she starts pointing. She can't think of the word. She's speaking in her, or reflected in her Samoyedic dialect, and she's indicating to a volleyball net to wrap all the trash up.
Yep, and I will do just that.
You run out and you grab it and bring it back into the water, and she gathers all of the trash into this net and ties it up and then hands it off to you to toss onto shore. Are you okay?
Fine, how are you?
I'm healed. Do you know what that was?
No, I'm afraid I can't.
It's called a Dratosi.
Is it terribly serious?
Oh, it is if you care about the environment.
What was it doing? What was it? It's just causing problems, or?
Dratosi are a bane that possesses. I know that sounds strange, and it's something completely created by humans, but it possesses trash and collects itself with other pieces of litter and trash until it is what you saw. But as I'm sure you know, when you kill a bane, it just returns to the Umbra, only to come back stronger.
Why was it this close to the cairn?
Ooh.
Isn't it?
Wits and insight, and you get an extra die for that.
Ooh.
Ghost Council you get an extra die for that.
Wits and insight.
I should note, we'd established that Elias shifts with clothes, so you're in dripping wet clothes in the water. Cascada, however, does not have clothes on.
That is 2 successes.
She's covering something. She doesn't want to say it, and she's struggling with how to do it because you know that her patron spirit does not allow her to lie. So she sort of tries to maneuver around her words and fails because Unicorn commands her not to. And she says, the guardian spirit of the Mont Cairn is very precious. I'm sure that the Wyrm would love nothing more than to corrupt it.
Never spoken with you of the guardian spirit of the cairn.
It's not something I like to talk openly about.
Scotty, you have my loyalty. If you're not ready to talk about this, I'll wait.
Thank you. Cascada is a woman who is about 29, 30 years old. She's a very young leader for a sept, and you don't necessarily know the full background of her. You've heard from Sweets that Sweets just has a very high opinion of her. And you and her, over the years of living here at the sept, have had your arguments, have had your disagreements. You have different mindsets. But in this moment standing here in the lake, it's lakes here in Germany are, especially in the summertime, are very warm in the sense where they aren't freezing cold. It's very cool temperature. That's why a lot of Germans like to go to lakes early in the morning. And she's standing there and she's looking at you in a way where you don't think she's ever looked at you in this way before. And she takes one step closer to you and she says, "Thank you for trying to save me."
It's to be expected, though. It doesn't appear that you needed it. I think in this moment, Elias would realize that he's clothed and she's nude, so he will kind of sheepishly take off his shirt and hold it out to her. I don't know if you'll need this, or if we plan to make our way back on 4 legs. But
She takes the shirt that you give her, and she tosses it onto shore with the other trash, and puts her arms around your neck.
have you thought your next course of action through?
Elias, shut up. And she kisses you.
I will kiss her in kind and deeply.
And we are going to fade from that scene, for the moment anyway. We're going to move over to Lorelei. Hi, Lorelei. Welcome to Werewolf the Apocalypse.
My goodness.
Lorelei, you're standing at the edge of the bustling quad of Universität Potsdam, the air pounding with a mix of excitement and anxiety. The noon sun is casting long shadows across the manicured lawns, and your fellow students are about, their chatter a comforting backdrop to your mission, organizing a climate protest that will shake the very foundations of this campus. At 21 years of age, Lorelei, you've already become a prominent voice for activism among your peers. A force to be reckoned with, some have called you. But growing up with strict conservative parents has only fueled your passion for justice in this world. You spent the last few weeks rallying your fellow students, inspiring them to stand with you today. Flyers have been distributed, social media campaigns launched, and passionate impromptu speeches on campus have been given. The quad is now adorned with handmade banners and signs that bear slogans like "There is no planet B" and "Climate justice now." As the crowd behind you gets louder and more people begin to arrive, you take a deep, steady breath that is interrupted by a voice just to your right, just out of your line of vision. Change can begin in the most unexpected places. You turn and see one of the professors here on campus, Professor Lorelei Savagewind, a teacher of the history of combat, as well as a Kampfinstruktor, or Instruktorin, a fighting coach here on campus.
Yes, hopefully we can make change happen today.
I have no doubt that you will. Are you ready for the resistance?
I am.
Are you sure?
She'll kind of fidget. Her hand will unconsciously go to her waist, where there's a little burlap bag hanging from it, and she'll fidget with it.
I've heard talk among the faculty that there's going to be quite the police presence here. No, not too long from now.
Of course there is. It's to be expected.
Is it? For a climate change protest, I find it particularly odd.
I mean, I'm not surprised, honestly.
And I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that you are the daughter of Tobias Bleibtreu. Or should I say stepdaughter?
She'll open her mouth to say something, but no words will come out. She'll just be a little embarrassed.
There's nothing to be embarrassed of. You're fighting for a good cause and fighting for justice in this world. And as I said, change can come about in the strangest of places.
You're right. Thank you.
For what it's worth, you have my support. I unfortunately can't be here. I know some of the faculty will be. I have to take my daughter Renata to go see her father in Berlin.
I understand. But I appreciate you coming to talk to me, either way.
When the next semester starts, perhaps you should enroll in my Kampflecture. I can teach you a lot about how to defend yourself.
I'd like that. I'd really like that.
She gives you a card.
I'll take it, pocket it.
Mm-hmm. And she walks off. She's a woman about in her early 40s.
Lorelei will kind of watch her leave for a moment and then turn back and start pacing back and forth, fidgeting with that bag and muttering under her breath, kind of rehearsing.
There's a Bühne here, which is German for a stage. And you see a lot of your fellow students, a lot of the people who helped you organize this. They're all gathering around you. They're looking at you, smiling. They're like, "Are you ready, Lorelei? I think the crowd's big enough. I think we should start."
Yep, ready. Ready.
You got this, right? We practiced, we rehearsed, we stayed up for hours making sure the speech was perfect.
Yes. We're gonna do great today. I can feel it.
You head on stage. Do you survey? Do you greet everyone? Do you get the crowd going? How do you do this?
I think when she'd walk out, she would first survey the crowd and look for that clock, that police force that may or may not be here.
Mm-hmm. You see some Polizei milling about. They might just be security, campus security, but you're not sure. But not a team of cars, not yet.
That's good. Excuse me. I think so. After a moment of doing that, she would she'd greet the crowd and just begin going over facts about how the Earth is dying and how we need to protect it and what we can do to change.
As you punctuate these points with fiery words and getting the crowd going, they cheer, they clap, they yell out in agreement. And as you're halfway through your speech, Lorelei, you do notice something in the crowd, far, far to the back of the crowd, that has taken up a good portion of the quad at this point. You see a couple of these cops hand something to someone in the crowd, someone that you don't know. And from here, it looks like he hands him money. The guy takes it and pockets it, and then he swings at the cop. Right in the face. As soon as he does that, the other cop puts in a radio signal, and all of these police officers descend from hidden corners that were just out of your line of sight to descend onto the campus. The person who he handed the money to then also starts attacking other students and causing a riot to break out. Do you attempt on the Bühne, on the stage, do you attempt to get them to calm down? Do you attempt to call this out? What are you doing?
Yes, absolutely. She would say, wait, no, there was an exchange that was planned.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, your voice is overpowered by the sound of the crowd absolutely breaking out into fisticuffs and the police coming in with billy clubs. Here in Germany, police are allowed to carry firearms. Discharging, though, is fairly uncommon, not completely, though. And you see that someone has released a smoke bomb into the crowd, and you get caught in it. It burns your eyes, it burns your throat, it burns your nose. And the police jump you on stage, put you down on the ground, put your hands behind your back, and arrest you.
Okay.
And as they lift you up off of the ground, one of them whispers in your ear. It says, "Daddy's not too happy with you. Come on." And they put you in their car and drive you away to the police station. We're going to move over now to Sweets. Hello, Sense the Sweetwater. Sweets. You've started to enjoy these afternoon power naps, especially now that you're a little bit older. And now that your two grandchildren, Tiara's twins, Jürgen and Leah, have started school, and you can store up some energy for when they come home, ready to play with their wolfy grandpa. Fortunately, children say the darndest things, and although they've been told not to talk about their home, if they do, it can often be waved away as the overactive imagination of children. Besides, you found two new pups in these years, one of whom was older than usual, a man in his late 20s named Provan Walsh. He has since joined the Shadow Lords, and as a Ragabash who also happens to work for the local Potsdam school board, you're assured that should your grandchildren start talking about werewolves, he will be the first to know about it. The other pup you found was a young girl named Viomini, originally from the American state of Wisconsin, who was working as an au pair here in Berlin when she went through her change. Luckily, she was out with friends when it happened, not with the family she was staying with, but not so lucky for her friends. She is yet another child of the full moon and has joined the Heart Wardens. But for now, sweets, you follow your dreams through the Umbra as you take your nap. A few years after Tiara and Jurgen were born, you realize living with your father-in-law, a fellow Get called Annihilator, was becoming a little tense. And the combination of his 15-year-old kinfolk nephew Marcel moving in and Maggie giving birth to your third child Marcus just 2 days ago, the urge to have your own den with your family has become, putting it mildly, overwhelming. So right now, you've spent a few hours scoping out a piece of land to start building. Far enough away from your father-in-law's house is a high priority, of course, but you have no idea what you're doing. But you know you'll figure it out eventually. Can't be that hard. Humans do it, right? And that's when you feel the presence of the guardian spirit of the Grunewald cairn at your back. Boar is rubbing his large, sharp tusks on one of the trees. "This is good wood for a new home," he says to you.
It will be. Yes.
Crimson Howler is happy at Grunewald.
Happy to walk with Boar. Yes. Happy to raise family. Yes. Happy living in Annihilator's extra room. No.
Annihilator was good leader for Sept.
Perhaps. In times past, yes.
Crimson Howler, do you swear to protect this land?
I will keep it safe. Always.
Even though I am an avatar of Stag.
You have been a friend to me. I do not think on your brood because I know you and you are my friend.
It's important to think, Crimson Howler. Wolf and Stag need each other. Wolf eats Stag. What remains will later feed Stag in a cycle. If something happens to one, everything falls.
I hear your wisdom, friend.
Good. And that's when Boar evaporates and you feel a massive shockwave reverberate through the ground. And the distant echo of a primal howl.
Crimson will, still in their wolf form, make all speed towards this howling.
To make your way to it, you have to pass by your father-in-law's home where your children are, where Maggie is. Do you stop in?
Yeah, he'll poke his head in and just kind of like do a little bark for Maggie, and then...
What you see when you poke in is you don't see Maggie here. You don't see Annihilator here either. You see he's Maggie's cousin, so I guess he's kind of your cousin too, Marcel. He's about 15 years old. He's holding your son Jurgen in his lap, who's crying for his mother. Tiara is trying to comfort him, and Marcus is in the bassinet next to him.
Where is my mate?
If you're in your lupus form, Marcel can't understand you. He is not yet Garu.
Just kind of size him up for a minute and bark at him before I'll shut the door with my head and keep running.
Marcel comes to the door with Jurgen on his hip. Jurgen, who has always taken to Maggie more than Tiara. And he says, I don't know which one you are, but Maggie and Annihilator went off to the top of the mountain.
Just kind of chuff and raise my hackles to scare him into going back into the house.
He does.
And then run.
You run. You race to the lower ridge of the Mugelberg, and because you don't know the situation, Maggie is maybe in danger. You don't notice that someone is on the path right in front of you. You run straight into a woman hiking. She's very, very young with thin, mousy brown hair and eyes so light they're almost colorless. But when you run into her as a wolf, she doesn't look afraid. Instead, she pulls out a Swiss Army knife and says, "You leave me alone, Mr. Wolf, and I'll leave you alone. Deal?"
Just kind of lower my head and flatten my ears. Just maintaining eye contact.
She maintains eye contact with you, but she doesn't make any attempt to hurt you.
Just kind of give her a little chuff before I'll keep running.
So, as you race up to the place where you hear all this commotion going, the scene in front of you is a construction crew. You see your father-in-law and Maggie both in their Krynos form, and they are attacking these construction crew workers. And these are no ordinary construction crew workers. As you approach, you can see that they are all covered in flies. Flies are buzzing everywhere around you. They are controlling hordes of flies. These are worm-possessed humans. And as you get there and maybe start thinking strategically who you're going to attack first, jump in to help, one of them seems to be the largest one. He's a little bit more bloated, a little bit more grotesque than these other construction workers. Uses the flies to lift up this massive bulldozer that they have up here and knocks it into Annihilator. Goes flying off of a cliff, off of the mountain. He falls 360 feet or about 110 meters off the cliff with the machine on top of him. Maggie screams out in primal rage and she continues attacking these people. What do you do?
I will put on the war skin and I will remind them why I am called Crimson Howler.
All right. So you transform into your massive Krynos form. You jump into the fray, begin attacking with your mate, with your wife, however you like to refer to her. And these creatures are strong. They are strong with the worm, with fly. They're patron spirit, as you know. Eventually, you do get knocked into the side of the mountain. And you hit the side of the mountain and go spilling, flying. And you notice that Maggie is holding her own quite well. However, as you go flying, you see that that woman who was hiking has come upon the scene. She's looking scared, in terror at what's going on here. One of the construction crew sees her, grabs onto her, starts shoving her mouth full of flies. And in your attempt to maybe stop him, attack him, whatever, another one grabs you with flies and flings you away. You don't get a chance to save her. However, Maggie sees what's happening. She jumps in, knocks this person off of the cliff like her father went over the cliff. But the flies that he sends up as he careens over knocks her into a pile of rebar. And she is impaled. Neck, back, throat, legs, arms. She lets out a small whine and then falls limp against the rebar, still in her Krynos form. You take out the rest that are here, throw them over the cliff in primal rage, and look to Maggie, who is still in her Krynos form, which means she's still alive. She hasn't turned back into a human, but is impaled. What do you do?
Covered in gore and viscera, I'll just wrap my arms around the small of her back and around the back of her neck and just pull her off.
You notice the rebar is full of silver. As you touch it, it burns. And you hear Wolf lick at the back of your neck and laugh in your ear as he says, "Death always takes them last, little pup."
I am not little anymore.
You pull Maggie off of the rebar. She lays there. You waiting. Do you do anything? Do you say anything to her?
He's just I think for the first time in his life, he just looks up to the sky above him. Falcon's domain, not wolves. He's just, he can't truly speak. Well, I can't stay in Krynos form if I'm not killing things, so I'll have to revert to the human skin.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just look up to the sky and say, all of these dead enemies she is done in your name, Falcon. Help her. Help her.
Nothing happens right away. She's still laying there. You're still waiting for her to, if she is dead, to turn to her human skin. She doesn't. Eventually you hear her neck crack back into place. And her arm and her leg. You see the wounds start healing in her back. Watch all the holes close. And then she takes on her human skin as she drops Krynos form.
Just run the back of his hand over her forehead. Check her breathing.
I'm alright, Krim. My father.
I haven't gone down to look yet.
Could he have survived?
You did. So maybe.
I appreciate you entreating Falcon for me. This was a gift I got from that little cairn when I went before the twins were born. I went entreating their guardian spirit.
As you have a duty to Falcon, Falcon has a duty to you. Yes.
She hugs you, and as you embrace, covered in gore, you hear the woman who was being attacked by the Fomor start screaming at the top of her lungs, and you think maybe she's being attacked again. You look at her, but she's grasping onto her heart. She's falling to the ground, and you see her body begin shifting and changing.
We return with another, it seems. Gaia chooses.
Full moon today.
Unfortunate. For this one.
That's when you awake, Sweets, in your cabin. North wind is rattling at the door. It's pushing through and underneath all the cracks of your door and blowing through all of your right accoutrement, the stuff you use to do your right. It's telling you it's time to kinseek again.
He'll do his big arched back stretch with his front paws out in front of him and then shake slow. What gray was left of him even 6 years ago is completely replaced with white. He's shaggy, much smaller than he was in lupus form as Crimson Howler. Easily mistaken for a dog.
Was it strange, Sweets, to dream of not only Marcel, but to dream of Lilette, of all people?
I think for a moment he considers that it was strange, but then he remembers one of the last things he said to Lilette is that there will be a wound between us until I can make amends. And there is a wound between he and Marcel for which he will make amends as well.
We shall see what we shall see, Mr. Sweetwater. But until then, wits and investigation, please, for your right of kin seeking. And while you do that, we're going to move over to Timber. Hi, Timber. Timber.
Hello.
Your time at Monse Cairn has been successful by all measures. You followed your father and siblings into the Red Talon tribe, and although Hardrain has since joined a pack with Speaks with Spirits, Proven, and Viomini, and decided to move in with them to their shared apartment that they have in Potsdam, you still live here in the Sept with your brother Pinecones, who has since also joined up with Moorwalker and Talia in a pack. And you've heard him maybe mention that Yusuf and Yasmin are going to join the pack as well. It's late afternoon and you're coming home from your shift at Threadbare, the secondhand shop Moorwalker also works at. The owner, and ironically named Herr Wolf, pays you daily under the table, and as you walked past the visitor center, I need to know, do you contribute to the communal fund that Cascada has set up here for any Garu with a mundane job? Do you contribute to it?
Yes.
Do you really? How much do you think you contribute to it percentage-wise? He pays you under the table daily, so...
Any of the change that isn't high quality shine, directly in. The rest goes into the super uncomfortable boots that she has picked out from the back that day.
How does it feel knowing that, as of the moment, you, the Wolfborn, is the only one working of the pack that you have?
The only way to get the beer.
And the bananas.
And the bananas. Too many questions were asked about the security cameras breaking at the little convenience shop down the way.
And you can only use Crow's voice so many times before somebody gets suspicious.
Yeah. Timber definitely pushed the limit on that and then was like, okay, who has job? No one? Timber gets job. Timber will
get job.
Work.
As you put money into the communal fund that Cascada has in the visitor center, and as you open the latch to head into you have the, it's one of those like sort of bike lock things that has the numbers that you have to rotate. You have the number, of course. You see Crow sitting up on the fence, and he says, "Bring me something?"
Yes, Timber found, and she's gonna pull out, like this tiny little, like, cheap necklace that is super shiny and it has just a kind of neat design that someone threw in the donation bin at work. And then she's going to carefully stack a bunch of the shiniest coins. Like, she spent the time coming back home making sure they were excellently shined and that you could almost see your reflection in them, and she holds them out.
It's okay. Want something better?
It looked nice. Reflects the sun as you fly.
You're Ragabash. Want something fun? Something stolen.
Borrowed without intent to return.
Take from Unicorn. That's fun.
Unicorn's horn shiny?
Shiny things in her cabin, I bet.
Yes.
You watch Crow look over there and wait.
Timber is gonna set the coins down and then kind of just start pacing around the cabin, seeing if there's any sort of window open.
I think you would know by now that Cascada doesn't lock her door.
Oh no.
And she's
it's
not
for the
home right
exit
now.
Plan. It's for the exit plan.
Mm-hmm.
So Timber, since she's now home, will shift down into Lupus
Mm-hmm. Free action.
and go in through the house.
Mm-hmm. You can make me a wisdom awareness roll. 3 rage, since you actually had to work today.
Only 3?
Yeah, 5. You see lots of things in Cascada's apartment. Or, not apartment, but cabin. The very first thing that you notice is a picture of her and another woman who looks very much like her. It's at a place that you don't know. You think it might be the homeland that she's from. And next to it is a candle that she has burning next to the woman who you don't know, but looks like her. She has some jewelry that looks like, again, from her homeland that she has just laid out. All of her clothes seem to be exactly the same type of cargo pants, same type of tank tops you always see her wearing. The only thing here that seems to look particularly interesting is she has a mason jar seated on a table, and inside of it is strawberries and some kind of liquid.
Does it have a shiny little twist top?
No, it's a clamp down.
Clamp down? Okay.
Mm-hmm. But the strawberries look really pretty and shiny in there.
Timber is gonna hop up on her back legs and put the top of the jar in her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And then bust out through the window.
You gonna break the window?
Yeah.
Or did you open it beforehand?
I opened it.
Okay.
But like...
So you jump out, bring it back over to Crow, still waiting for you. He looks down at it. Good job. More like this.
They're shiny. I bet they taste good.
Oh, taste one.
I'm gonna have to shift back to Hamid form to open the jar. She's gonna try in her lupus form for like a good 10 seconds.
Yep, you switch to your Hamid form and use those posable thumbs, pop open the lid, and as soon as you open it, you get hit with the smell of very strong alcohol. Go on now.
Run first.
No, you first.
And she'll take and pop one in her mouth and chew it really quick and swallow.
Tastes really good. Burns your throat a little bit. Tastes like you just took a shot of... It's not beer. It's much, much stronger than beer. It's a little sour. I think maybe it's going bad. Not quite sure what this is.
Bad strawberry. Bad. I keep. Or.
And evaporates. Thanks, kid.
Goodbye, friend.
And Crow evaporates as well.
And she's gonna start padding towards her and Pinecone's cabin.
So you're in your Hamid form. Switching back and forth too often causes issues. So you're just hang out in your Hamid form, and as you say, bye, friend, and you're like, okay, I'm going to go back in. At that moment, Elias and Cascada show up behind you. They are both wet. Elias's clothes are wet, or damp. Cascada's not wearing anything.
Did you forget?
She's just staring at Elias.
No, there was a problem down at the other lake.
It's been handled. How are you doing, Timber? Work. How was it?
Work. And like her shoulders just sag. But then she kind of pops up.
Lake is okay?
It is now.
Cascada sort of puts her hand against your cheek, Elias. I'm gonna go get close.
Of course.
This grin like pulls at Timber's face, and like her bottom jaw drops a little bit as she stares.
I need you to fight against your urges. I know that you can't help it, but I need you to try.
Is that what happened to you? Dive right in. And she's gonna start pacing around Elias and just like starting to head back towards the cabins.
Sweets, your right was successful. and you see it's leading you into the city of Potsdam, the only eyes only you can see. And as you exit out of your cabin to go see if you can find this little pack that is starting to form, you see Timber acting very mischievous, acting very giddy around Elias, and Elias looking like he wants to die.
Same, buddy. And the old white wolf will just give a shake and then move over to the two of them. What do you two look so incensed about?
Nothing. Just came back from the lake, that's all. Timber came back from work.
There's something you're not telling me, but I'm not gonna pry.
Elias did enough of that.
Sweet, so you can see that Elias's clothes are all damp.
Go for a swim.
Something like that, yes. Cascada and I took care of a spirit that was threatening the cairn.
Just kind of lift my nose and scent him. Are his hormones up?
Yeah, you can smell Cascada all over him. Both of you can.
He nods. Find any fish. Miss-eating fish. New York smoked fish on bagel.
I didn't have a whole lot of time to go fishing, but I'll make a point to keep an eye out next chance I get.
Change your clothes. We are going into the city. North wind shows me another. We will go to find them. All of us.
Timber just got back from city. Got pine cones, lunch, food. Then we leave. Elias had a very, very long battle.
I doubt it. He's strong. Battle's short. Go eat, Elias. Change clothes. We go into the city in human skin. Keep human skin while we are there. Get clothes. Eat food. Then we go.
Gift for Cascada for the short fight.
And then she's gonna take him.
So I'll do this in turn order. Elias, you go into your cabin and get changed. Anything that you'd like to do? Anyone you'd like to speak with? Or would you like to change, eat, and then be ready? It's up to you.
Yeah, no, I think that's all. I think that in this moment he's just going to focus on the task in hand.
Okay. You do notice when you come out after getting changed and heading over to the mess hall that Cascada looks maybe annoyed is the wrong word, maybe not, but she does look like something's wrong.
Oh yeah, we're gonna check on that before we leave. He's an idiot, but he's not that much of an idiot.
Mm-hmm. She's not looking at you or looking towards you or anything of that nature, but she's just sort of looking around the sept, scrutinizing something.
You alright?
I am. Someone here at the sept has sticky fingers.
Is that right? What did they take?
Nothing of any consequence, but I was making a drink. I was, I don't know what you call it. I was making my own alcohol.
Scotta, you're a moonshiner.
Yeah. I thought it would be nice when it was ready to give it to you.
It's very sweet.
I am very sweet.
You can tell.
Only took you 7 years to see it.
Forgive me, I was worried that I was convinced that you were going to be tired of me very soon. Still not entirely convinced that might not be the case.
Well, several hours at the lake didn't convince you, Elias. I really don't know what will.
Several more, perhaps.
I think I can make that arrangement. But until then, I need to go check on our local Ragabashes.
I'm taking one with me, or rather, Sweets is taking one with him. He's had another vision.
The sept grows. Good. It's important.
I'll be sure to question our Ragabash.
It's very sweet, but you don't have to do that.
It would be my absolute pleasure.
I highly doubt it was Provan. He doesn't live here, one, and he's more of a whiskey sour kind of guy. And I do know that Timber has a proclivity for stealing. Moorwalker told me as much.
I don't know where she gets these things. We harped so deeply on the lessons.
Ragabash are important. It's just part of one of our burdens to bear.
I'll question her and see if I can't recover what was taken. If not, I'll find the replacement.
I'll be waiting for you when you get back.
I'll return as soon as I can.
Sweets, what do you do to prepare heading into Potsdam?
It's gonna go to Talia's cabin and just kind of paw at the door.
So Talia has changed cabins. Right now you're living in the cabin she used to live in, and she's been given the largest cabin here on the land because now she has 2 children. And
not Tiara.
Oh, not Tiara. Excuse me, Talia's. Yes, Talia does not have a cabin here anymore. She is here, but she has moved to Berlin.
He'll just kind of stalk up on her, slow and quiet, and then kind of pounce her from behind in wolf form.
And she turns around. Hey, Dad. How are you?
I am good. You are good?
Yeah. I miss you.
Stay with me.
Bertrand and we have a lot to do with the auction house. A lot of modernization and just things that Mom never got a chance to do. I'm sorry.
I come and help.
I don't know. Dad, how much do you know about TikTok?
Sound clock makes.
That's what I thought. It's fine. I'll come and visit more, but I'm probably gonna stay in Berlin.
Remember reading book when you were small. Hickory. Mouse clock.
Hickory dickory dock. Yeah, I know. TikTok is a social media app on your phone.
Just kind of flick one of his ears.
Things are really bad in Berlin. The Wyrm flourishes. The Weaver flourishes. And when I'm not helping Bertrand, I'm spending a lot of time with Yusuf and Yasmin and Pinecones and Moorwalker when he's not with Tiara. You know, they're not working out very well right now. And I got a deed name.
I heard. Proud father. Even without deed name, proud father.
But we'll all get together, even if Tiara doesn't want to join us. We'll all get together and we'll have a barbecue or something.
You spend time with nephew and niece?
Not really.
want to?
I don't know. I can't be around Tiara.
She is having difficulty.
Dad,
It has been years.
Dad, we need to be realistic. She's falling to Hoglosk. Everyone knows it. Everyone can see it. Just no one says it.
I hear your words. Smell truth. Yes. Have to stand by. Help. Get back. Balance.
Maybe you could come into the city. Batman has a beautiful apartment with his boyfriend, Alyosha.
Would like to meet Shirley.
He gets paid a lot for being a bouncer at Berghain.
Good job to have. Bouncing like ball. Yes.
Something like that.
I come to meet soon.
But I heard you have a new pup to find.
Want to come with us? Happy to have you. Would make me happy.
I can't. There's an alleyway that Moorwalker says, there's some Fenris cult glyphs. We need to go investigate it.
Careful. Can you show glyph? I know what meanings are. I tell you. Gain understanding.
If we need help, I'll come to you, Dad. Don't worry. But don't worry about me. They don't call me bulletproof or nothing.
Strong like mother. You seen mother in city?
No.
He'll turn his head.
I can't talk about this right now, Dad.
Where? All I ask, then talk something else. Where?
I haven't seen her. I don't know where she is, but I'll be goddamned if Tiara doesn't know.
You think?
I know. Her voice cracks.
I'll just kind of slide between her legs and lean up against her thighs. One day, soon, all family again. Get mother back. Party when a wolf comes home.
Talia sort of steps away from you a little bit. Sure, Dad. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I gotta keep my mind on the task at hand.
Love you very much.
I love you very much.
I'll nod. He'll save his conversation for Tiara when he's home and he's a little more clear-headed.
Timber, you keep your same clothes on. You go in to see Pine Cones. What do you do?
She busts through the door.
Mm-hmm. Pine Cones is sitting there and he's looking at something that you think maybe Yusuf must have given him, the Glasswalker, and it's an electronic of some kind, and he's getting angry looking at it, and then he just smashes it a couple of times against the side of the bed. Still doesn't work, whatever it is. It's stupid.
What?
It's stupid. Tablet. Stupid.
No, Weaver trash. Don't bother.
Yeah. Yusuf say gift. I say stupid.
Gifts can be stupid.
You bring me something from work?
Yes, shoes? More comfortable.
No shoes? Hate shoes.
Shoes are bad, but more comfortable for legs.
I thought maybe you go to the place that has the lamb. You bring me that.
Next week, not enough pay today.
You
Made it as
take, you
prepared.
use the crow, you take it. You say, give me food, and they give it to you. I don't have that. No crow friend.
Crow demanded payment today.
Oh. What'd you give?
Bad fruit. The berries, the sour, the
Not, not
liked.
banana. Good banana. Banana always good.
banana always good. Do have money for beer and banana.
Beer, banana juice? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Oh. News. Escada Elias at Lake.
That's Ragabash news. What boring. What they do at Lake?
Oh,
Smash
that
skin?
was just- yes,
Boring.
most definitely, but spirit
Ah, exciting. What kind?
was going to check later. Old Wolf wants me to go to town.
My new pack wants me go in Berlin. I hate Berlin.
When back? Not long.
Maybe long. When Cult of Fenris dead, maybe.
Hunt?
Yeah.
You go on hunt?
Yeah, but Yusuf surveillance van. Oh, I don't like.
No van. No windows. Hot.
Technology.
When come back for lakes and we go hunt.
Rabbit. He pulls you in onto his bed and he starts like wrestling with you.
She'll return.
Hmm.
Be safe.
No.
No, come back.
No. Come on, Timber. You know. We fight, we die.
For Gaia.
For Gaia. He gets up off the bed and goes to head out of the cabin and stops, turns around, takes the shoes from you with a grunt, and then walks out.
Socks inside.
No.
And then she'll get changed really quick. And go find her pack.
So all of you can converge.
Where is it? Timber.
Where? What?
What you took.
Werewolf.
What you took.
I gave 2 pine cones. The holes in the bottom of other ones.
What you took from Cascada.
That was you.
Timber. What you took was apparently supposed to be a gift, and you know how much I love free shit.
Oh. No. Is Cascada okay? Left the candle burning. Not safe. Fire. Whole safety meeting we had to go.
Sweets is just sitting very stoically watching this exchange occur.
Timber, what did you take from Cascada's?
I got rid of fruit.
Did Crow tell you to get rid of fruit?
It's bad. It's sour in jar.
It was alcohol. It was fermenting.
No,
it was
alcohol comes in can and bottle, not
No,
jar.
Cascada was making her own. It's a complex process.
Bad at it. Don't tell her. Maybe
Maybe that's next swimming adventure.
I never wanted a sister. Did you know that?
I have one. They're pretty great.
I'll find a replacement. It's fine. It's fine. You can't
So
help it. It's
is
fine.
she your mate now, or one time?
We don't. It's complicated.
Make it less. Bring
We
her
have to have a
float.
discussion. I will. Grandfather, are we ready?
You should decide if Cascada is your mate or not. But
All
you
right,
have,
everyone
but you-
pile into the
but-
car.
but you have time.
Yep.
We travel 4 legs to Potsdam. Take bus while we are there in human skin. This way, we keep head below radar. That is
No.
what more walkers say.
Radar.
That
Car, then bus, then Weaver trash. No, please.
feet, pause, then bus, then pause again, then home. Or banana, juice, beer.
Plan for this evening before this. But okay.
You and Crow have duty to Gaia. This part of duty.
Our duty always comes first.
Yes. We go now. Find pup. Hopefully not as bloody as Timber finding. Old wolf can still dream. Ha ha ha. Come. We go now.
I don't think anything's going to be as bad as when we found Timber. I think we should be just fine.
Timber is great.
Because you
Old
speak,
and not fun anymore.
because you speak words could not be any worse, will be worse. Take wisdom. Never say could never be worse.
Before you leave, as you all get ready to go, lupus or otherwise, your son, Marcus, who's at the visitor center, is standing at the doorway, and he says, "You know, it's all really weird when you guys stand around as wolves and talk to each other and no one else can understand you. Can you understand me like this?"
None.
Marcus has snakebite piercings. He's got long, dark hair, like Maggie's, long, dark, and curly. He's very fit. He's covered in tattoos, neck, shoulder, full sleeve. I don't know where you guys are going, but I have a car. If you need a car, like a nice car. I also have a bus pass.
He'll nod at the bus pass and then kind of
Who's in Hamid?
Slink
Who's in
up.
Hamid for? He'll talk.
Timber's still in Hamid form because of having to ship.
He'll
I have to wait a
He
while.
will not toss the bus pass to Elias, but he'll toss it to Timber.
Noted.
Timber's gonna like pick it up between her fingers and just look at it.
Sweets will go over to him and kind of like press his head to the back of his knee to get him to crouch down.
He does.
And then he'll just rest his head on his shoulder and then lick the side of his face.
Take care, Dad.
What do we do with it?
It's a bus pass. It's an exchange. It's a pass to ride on public transportation.
One day, will tell you about get out of jail free card. Think you will need that one.
I don't think she should have that one.
Jail involves being caught.
Do you even know what language you're speaking to each other? What it sounds like to you normal people?
What's normal?
I think I'm the authority here, aren't I?
Tell him his dad is a wolf. What is normal?
Have
Your
you
dad's a
seen
wolf,
your
what's
dad
normal?
lately?
And you poked holes in your face. What's fucking normal about that? I will.
Sweet will
Get rid of
growl
it.
at Elias.
Marcus just shakes his head and locks up the visitor center and heads to your cabin, which is where he's staying, Sweet.
Alright. Well, start running to Potsdam.
Okay, so the plan is 4 legs, then bus, then 2 legs. Is that correct?
4 legs, then 2 legs, then to get on the bus.
Yes. Well, I mean, you could get on the bus as 3 wolves, but, that could go bad.
I can. I have Clement Lupus. I can.
Well, even a dog getting on a bus by himself is also strange. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
All right. So as you shift down to your lupus form and head off to the center of Potsdam, we're going to stop here for a very quick break, and then we'll come back. So jumping back into it. Hello, everyone. We're back. The gang, the pack, is heading to Potsdam to go pick up a soon-to-be Garu. And Lorelei, you were arrested at the protest you were attempting to organize and do at your college campus, Potsdam Universität. And became very apparent that it is your stepfather who organized your arrest and organized the breakup of this protest. You went to the police station and you were sat there. Many of your friends and fellow protesters were arrested as well. They were thrown into a cell. However, you were given preferential treatment, and you were purposefully placed in front of them where they were in a cell. You were given a couch to sit on. You were given food and drink, and they were not. And they treated you very nice and very well and did it purposefully in front of your friends, your fellow protesters, in order to make you essentially look bad. And right now you're being driven home by 2 sort of gumshoes, low-level police officers are driving you home at the moment. Is there anything you say to them in the car, or do you sit in silence, sit in anger, rage?
Rage. There's not rage.
Yeah.
So I think she would be like, how much this time?
One of them looks back at you and says, "What are you asking exactly?"
How much you get paid this time?
I think you and I both know that your father can afford to pay us on a monthly stipend.
Right. Hope it's worth your soul.
Why don't you just fall in line? Make everything easier for the rest of us. You're a smart girl. You're going to graduate from the university. I'm sure he would give you a higher position in Green Earth Solutions.
Because, no, it's not worth my soul.
Souls are overrated.
Oh.
What's it ever done for you, Lorelei?
Quite sad, if you have to ask that. I feel bad for you. I pity you.
Interesting that you can't give me the answer.
Fall silent.
As you fall silent, Lorelei, something thumps in your heart. It hurts. You've never felt like this before. You feel like a vice grip clenching around your heart. It subsides, but it's very strange. They pull into your home. Now, this is not the home that you grew up in, Lorelei. You grew up in a fairly modest home when your father was still alive. But your mother married up, let's call it. and brought you and your brother to what we might call above the upper middle class to maybe the wealthy class here in Germany. It's a lovely 2-story, modern, very modern luxury home, a little McMansion, if you will. And it is very pristine and white and clean. And outside is waiting your mother, their arms folded as the cops pull in. They get out. They open the door and wait for you to get out.
I'll take a moment, fumble with that burlap bag. Actually, I'll take it in both hands and just start like playing with it before putting it back, and then get out. Try to look not anxious or scared or embarrassed. To keep my head up.
So you approach your mother, Nina. She has a wine glass in one of her hands that are folded against her arm. You're in big trouble, Mädchen.
I know.
Get in the house.
Well, I will get in the house.
And inside, it's a beautiful foyer. Crystal chandeliers, expensive rugs. Your brother Lasse is also here. He's sitting there. He's dressed in a suit. He works for Green Earth Solutions now as well, with your stepfather. And your stepfather is also here. He has a drink in his hand, clinks around the ice that he's putting into it. Doesn't turn around to look at you right away. So, Lorelei, what do you have to say for yourself?
That I worked very hard on gathering everybody and planning this, and you ruined it?
Do you know how bad it makes me look?
I don't care. It's the right thing to do. I'm also an adult, and you shouldn't be able to do that.
So you're over the age of 23, Lorelei, and as long as you live under the roof of your mother and myself, as long as we pay for your living expenses while you go to school, that is not true. I am running for office, Lorelei, and it looks very bad what you're doing. My constituents are not a fan of people willing to martyr themselves for the climate, for the earth.
There's only one Earth. What office can you run without it?
It's a silly superstition, Lorelei. Besides, my company is here to cater to those of your simpering, bleeding heart sympathies.
Your company, sure. With the embezzlements and the secret dealing with fracking, I'm sure that it's really helpful.
It's helpful to us. Helpful to your mother, to your brother, could be helpful to you. You don't like the life we've given you.
Quite frankly, I would have rather struck out on my own, but she wouldn't let me leave, so...
Well, no. We need the nice nuclear family until the election is over. And then, as far as I'm concerned, you are stuck under house arrest. Can't have you making any issues for the papers. Thump in your heart again, Lorelei. Clenching, painful. Causes you almost to fall backwards, and you knock over one of these very expensive vases that your mother has displayed here. She stands up immediately with the wine glass in your hand. Lorelei, what are you doing?
I don't feel... I need to lay down. Am I dismissed?
I hardly think so. I want your bank card. I want your ID for the university. I want everything that you have.
I need that to go to school.
You won't be going to school. Not anymore. The fighting continues in the house. Our pack, you are getting closer to the location of where this new pup is. You've traveled on 4 legs, on 2 legs, by bus, and you're on 2 legs again. Sweets. Everyone make me a wits and awareness roll. Sweets, 1 extra dice, please.
5 with the crit.
Perfect.
2 successes.
Elias, you don't see anything. You're approaching the house. You're in like the bourgeoisie part of Potsdam, and you're very, this is exactly not at all where you want to be, and you look very out of place. You don't, I believe, all of you do in some extent, but you are Hamid-born, and you're very aware that you stick out based on the way that you're dressed. Sweets and Timber, however, both of you, when you look, well, Sweets, you're looking at the house because you're using your vision to look towards the house. The house looks wrong. You can see that the house it's leading to, it looks like it's decaying. It looks like it's falling apart, and that can't be right. The manicured lawns are all burnt up and rotting. Something is very wrong here. And Timber, you see that there is a wolf in the bushes nearby watching the house as well.
This home, it is rotting from the corruption of the Wyrm.
That doesn't surprise me.
More than the rest of the city, Elias. Something's wrong here.
Timber's gonna bump into Sweet's shoulder and point her nose towards where the wolf is.
Just sort of look him over.
You recognize the wolf. It's Lilette.
I'll just call out Savagewind.
Elias, you can see the wolf now. You watch the wolf turn towards Sweets as he says that, and she rapid shifts into her glabro form, comes right up to you, Sweets, and clocks you in the face. You stumble backwards. Both Timber and Elias can see this.
Spit some blood.
And as soon as she does that, then she pulls you in for a hug. You fucker. Thought you were dead.
I told you what was going to happen, and you didn't listen to me. Until you had no other option than to listen to me.
No, we have to have a longer conversation about what happened. What you didn't see. But first we gotta get the new pup out of there. I saw her today. I thought maybe hopefully she would change earlier, but
how do you want to do this?
Gorgon told me that a new daughter of Fury was being born tonight. However we do this, she's coming with me.
I don't challenge you for that.
I'm almost disappointed, Crimson.
That's not my name anymore.
I know, I've heard. That silent strider you have at your sept talks so much.
Yeah, he's fathered 2 of my grandpups.
Sorry to hear it. Hello. My name is Lorelei Savagewind, Black Fury Ahroun.
Where are you from, Savagewind?
Berlin.
Lolette is an old friend.
Well, that's disrespectful. Pompous wolf.
There was a wound between us. There still is.
I am one of the handful of survivors of Grunewald Cairn.
Have you seen
Aren't you
Maggie?
special?
Have you seen Maggie?
I have. Are you saying you haven't?
I can't find her.
Not wandering the unhoused areas of Berlin, are you? Sweets.
No. I don't know what I thought. How do you want to get this pup out? That's the priority right now.
My vote is to wait till she starts killing.
Based on the state of the house, I'm not inclined to disagree with you.
Good. Also, it's nice to see that you're picking up stray Ahrouns. Nice to see things don't change.
Wow. You were the first.
You can call us an upgrade.
Was I like that? Sweets.
You were worse.
I thought so.
He at least has the wisdom to listen.
Never could get the hang of that.
No, but you did. When our sept fell around our shoulders, you listened.
Yeah, we have to have a conversation about that later. What's your name, Little Wolf?
Timber.
Lupus
You
Born.
remember the red Talon that came to Grunwald, Crookpaw?
I do.
Sired that one.
This is my surprised face.
We got a job to do here, so
Oh god! She's a Ragabash as well. Sweets, in your
Yeah.
old age, you don't deserve this.
Some would say I deserve a whole, well, a lot worse. But
Conversation to be had after.
let's. You want to go in through the window?
I'm gonna wait for
take my-
screaming, personally.
Of course. I'm gonna take the kids in through the back.
Everyone may make me dexterity and stealth rolls. Sweets has camouflage and can use it.
I will spend a point of willpower to extend that camouflage to impose a difficulty of 4 for anyone looking for us visually.
Alright, so no rolls need to be required as you make your way to the back, so excuse me, you do not need to roll. Inside, Lorelei, you're having a difficulty, your vision is blurring, you feel like your heart is going to implode, like you're going to have an embolism, you keep knocking things over, and your mother is standing over you, berating you, yelling at you for breaking her things. Even your brother has stood up and started calling you names and calling you a spacco, you're spastic, just horrible names that he's calling you. You don't know what's happening. You do look to Tobias, though, your stepfather, and you see him making a phone call. Is there anything else you'd like to say to them before something happens?
Can you calls? Just like trying to ask for help.
When you open your mouth to ask for help, what comes out is a primal roar. You feel the bones in your arms, in your legs, in your back begin extending, shifting, breaking. Your arms suddenly burst out with fur. You feel it crawl up your neck and to the side of your face. Your nose, you feel the bones in it elongate, break, extend. Your jaw as well. And what bursts forth? You burst forth. A monster, Lorelei. You know nothing but rage. And you take that rage out on the nearest people. Your mother screaming at you, berating you, your brother following suit. And you begin tearing into them as they scream at the top of their lungs. All 3 of you outside can hear this. And as you sneak in, can see it. You see a Krynos werewolf. You've seen this many times before. She is tearing into 2 people. And I need to know, Lorelei, do you eat them?
Who was closest?
Your mother.
I think she would like smack her out of the way.
Mhm.
And then go straight for her father on the phone
Or,
and start tearing into him
okay.
with her teeth.
You're going to have to go for the brother because you're
Okay.
frenzying, turning werewolf for the first time, and you're not able to think clearly. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Not until the first change is complete, which means the death of someone or something.
Okay.
So, I ask again, are you going to eat someone? You don't have to. I want to know what you would do
no.
in this moment.
No, I think she would just start clawing and ripping, but not eating.
All right. So that is the scene that you all see. However, wits and occult from everyone, please. What'd you get, Timber? 3. Nope. You're watching the display of viscera and wondering, oh shit, the veil, gonna have to clean this up, to do something. 5. Sweets. Timber, also, you're like, you remember this, and it's hard not to think about you going through the exact same thing and wondering, did you look like that? Were you that bloody? Were you that out of control? No, couldn't have been. Timber always in control.
Timber has control. Timber would never. Timber did that on purpose.
Yeah. However, Sweets, you see that the man standing in this room is not experiencing the delirium. He does look scared, but not in the right way, and you can hear the buzzing of flies.
Sweet is going to still camouflage, look to Timber.
I need
Collect
to
the-
make him a perception check before you do anything, which for him is 6 dice.
Like,
Because he's not
Because-
a human.
does Timber see him? The remaining human?
Yes. You all see him, but you don't notice that in this moment there's necessarily anything wrong. He does not see you. He only rolled 3 successes.
So Timber's head goes down and her shoulders kind of hunch, and
Mhm.
she's gonna start taking steps forward.
Sweet will shoulder block her. Look for the Weaver trash. Collect it. It's how they hide information.
Humans. Make
Look.
sure she gets in hers.
I will make sure she kills him.
And then Timber's hand's gonna kind of come up as she starts playing with something that you can't really see. And I'm gonna unleash my gremlins.
Perfect. What is the roll for that? Or is it expenditure of willpower?
Let's go to the character sheet. It's Charisma and Glory.
Yeah, go for it.
Everything's fine.
Elias, what are you doing? Now, Sweets has an ability to bring Lorelei out of her frenzy. Whether he uses it or not is up to him.
Sweets, I need you to make a fucking call.
Help her kill him.
Fine.
He's Fomor. Kill him.
Shit. And I will rapid shift.
Into what form?
Reno.
Really? We're going Krynos form. All right.
Yeah.
You're at 2 rage. Make me those 2 rage checks, please. Was that a
2 success.
2 successes? Was that a critical success, Timber?
No, I just succeeded on all my dice and my rage check. I almost called it a rouse check. Wrong game.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. And Sweets, what are you doing?
Did the mother die from the backhand?
She did. So she's completed her first change, but she needs something to bring her out of it.
I don't want to disrupt her killing this Fomor. This is a
Well,
very
right now she's killing
very-
her brother, who is not a Fomor. Mother wasn't a Fomor either.
I think I would just like to enact Fangs of Judgment on this Fomor.
Okay. That's 1 willpower, and you're resolving on her. Right. So, as you're doing that, no one and Elias goes Krynos. He's still under your camouflage, however, and no one can see him. This man, Tobias, is going to do something to you, Lorelei, as you rip your brother to shreds with teeth and claws. Make me an do you have your sheet open?
Yes.
Make me an intelligence and resolve. You are at rage 5. Elias has shifted to Krynos. Timber has destroyed any electronics in this room.
Yep, which up to 5.
Holy shit.
The cameras are gone.
Yep.
If there's any cameras in the house.
Yeah, it's on a critical win though. They're rendered inoperable. Sweets is basically buffing everyone depending on how much he rolls. Needs to be at least 3.
It was 7.
Perfect. Okay. So everyone can add extra damage to their attacks and 5 successes. Not enough. He rolled 8 successes for this. And he looks at you, and as he looks at Lorelei, Sweets, you're the closest to him. You can see all of these flies dropping out of his mouth as he speaks. And he says, "Drop your form." And you do. Switch back to Hamid form. Lose all of your rage dice. They're all gone. And you can't shift right now. Elias, what do you do when you see this?
Fuck this dude.
He can't see you right now because he didn't pass that perception check.
Yeah, we're gonna lunge at this dude.
Perfect. Once you start doing stuff like that, he's obviously going to be able to see you. So, Strength and Brawl. You get to add 4 extra dice, I believe. Sweets was correct. To your roll. Timber, what are you doing? And we're going to add extra damage to it as well.
Seeing as how our lovely new pup just got forced into that human form, unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Timber's gonna drop down, shift, and start howling, which I can use this in...
You can do Rite of Rage?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Song of Rage. Song of Rage.
So let's see.
Just Break Shit by Limp Bizkit starts playing on every speaker in the house.
And what are you doing, Sweets?
Okay. Once per session per character. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Hispo and bite into the back of this thing's neck.
Perfect. Strength and Brawl. Add 2 extra dice.
Rage check for Hispo form.
Okay.
Because if I fail, I can't take it. Because I only have 1 rage.
That is correct. I forgot you were not already in his form. You're in Lupus form.
I did succeed.
Perfect. Charisma and Glory. What did you roll for that, Timber?
I got 5.
Yep. So as you switch back to your Hamid form and suddenly, Lorelei, you don't feel that rage anymore, and you look at what you have done. You see blood and gore all over your hands, all over your face, all over your clothes. You don't see them. You don't see them, but you hear a wolf howling, and suddenly you fill with rage again, and everyone around you does as well. Everyone, please increase your rage to 5, except for Elias, who's already at 5. Everyone gets 5 rage, and you feel that inside of you again, Lorelei, this anger, this rage, this frustration, this need to do something, anything now. Elias, what did you roll?
11 successes with a crit.
Sweets, what did you roll?
I have a question.
Yes.
Since before I've made this roll, Timber's done Song of Rage. Do you want me to roll with 5 red dice?
No. You'll just have 5 red dice now.
Alright. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 successes with a crit.
You and Elias tag team this Fomor as he staring at Lorelei, and you tear him to shreds, literally both of you. One from the top, one from the bottom, one in Hispo, one in Krynos, and you rip him to pieces, and as you do so, your mouth fills with black ooze, flies, flesh, and you watch, just like at the lake, Elias, you watch these flies go up into the air and evaporate. And he falls dead, useless hunk of meat on the floor.
Song of Tranquility.
You want to use Song of Tranquility? And reduce everyone's rage? Well, Elias already has to move back to Hamid, because he's killed, and is going to lose all of his rage.
I'm hoping... I mean, Lilette can hear it. Half of this is trying to reduce her rage as well.
You may roll it.
And
Elias, all your rage gone, please.
Do.
Unless you want to stay in it.
That is wisdom.
Just
and-
spend that willpower like hotcakes.
I'm gonna stay in it. I don't know what's happening. next.
Okay. Then you don't need to spend willpower right now, but I'll let you know when you need to spend willpower to stay in it.
God damn.
Six successes.
Okay. So everyone can't reduce below 0 with that particular one, but everyone can put everyone's rage goes to 1, even Elias's if you're staying in Krynos. Fuck.
Timber is gonna pad into the room.
Lorelei still can't see you. You'd have to drop camouflage.
Timber's not going to. She's gonna survey the
it's
damage.
It's up to Sweets if he drops camouflage or not.
Oh, okay.
Not yet. Not yet. I will take the human skin.
Mhm.
Just kind of walk over to this new pup.
Lorelei's in shell shock.
Yeah, you're looking around at the room of
Yeah.
of your entire family dead, and you killed at least 2 of them.
Yep. Just gone.
And it's very strange. You felt filled with rage again, and then it dissipated. You have no idea what's happening.
Let's go to the kitchen and get you a cup of water.
I think she would back up, start backing up, sliding on the blood. Like on the floor.
I see.
Okay.
It's alright. It's alright. This isn't as abnormal as you think. You're okay.
What happened?
You are a guru. You are a werewolf.
Spend me that willpower, Elias.
We all have our first change where we lose control. This happens to everyone. You're not all of us. Yes. You're not alone. Let's go clean you up. And then her name's Lilette. She's gonna take you somewhere where you're safe. She's good people. My name's Sweet.
Sweet.
And that rippling hunk of flesh and fur over there is my friend Elias.
I think now I would notice him. And scream. Keep backing up.
It's okay. He's not gonna hurt you. But you are right to be afraid. We are fearsome creatures.
You hear commotion happening in the kitchen. Not overt, but something's happening in the kitchen.
Elias, just nod his head back towards the kitchen.
Make his way to the kitchen.
As you head back there, you see Lilette in her glabro form still. She has snapped the neck of, looks like some sort of bodyguard, butler, valet, not really sure. And she, in her other hand, she has a bunch of cameras that she's ripped down. Is it over?
Nearly.
Timber, I don't know where you're at. I just know you're in here somewhere.
So, Timber is with the bodies.
You're inspecting the body of the man?
The man, the woman, and the other man.
The woman and the younger man seemed perfectly normal. The older man, nothing normal about him. Blood is black. It's filled with dead flies.
the body of the woman and the man, though, they have the bite marks and the
Bite mark,
claws
yes.
and all that.
It's very obvious that a wild animal tore into them.
So Timber's gonna start pacing around the room and licking at the blood and the wounds and use Hidden Killer.
You watch as Timber starts moving hands over all the bodies, and the claw marks, the bite marks, evaporate. You can't make it work on the Fomor, however.
Oh, Timber's not gonna touch that thing.
Mhm.
Timber, could you find the computers? Gather them. We need to take them with us.
Why?
For crack teeth, we need to find out what they knew here. What that Fomor knew.
Which I must be kind of shocking for Lorelei because she's in lupus form.
But you can understand Timber when Timber speaks.
And
That's the talking now?
and Timber is gonna make her way in front of Lorelei and kind of lift her nose up to where her hands are so she can clean that up too.
Kind of
Hence.
And just gently hits the hand with the tip of her tongue and it all goes away.
The blood on your shirt. Everywhere that her tongue touches, the blood evaporates.
The computers, Timber, please.
They're at the office. It's over there.
Thank you.
Timber is gonna circle Lorelei a couple times and then go get the computers.
You need to be in your helmet form to gather them all. You make me... And this is a bad roll, and this is a roll that is not going to work for Timber because of your favor and ban. I need you to make me a wits and technology roll. I'd like you to do it at a 2 dice penalty, however. Red Talon insists that you have nothing to do with technology, besides smashing it. No brutal outcome?
Brutal outcome.
Okay. You gather some things that you think might be technology. You're not sure. You just pick up random things in the office. You pick up the monitor.
Yeah, just like
Mhm.
gathers it up in her arms, comes out and dumps it on the couch.
Another willpower, Elias.
Well,
Sounds
that's
like hotcakes.
not what I was looking for. I'll go through it in a minute.
You need the right person for the right job.
Yeah, and I thought that was you. I thought Crow might have taught you something about that, but I guess not.
Because you're old.
Right. Come on, kid. What's your name?
Lorelei.
Lorelei. It's a pretty statue. You ever seen it?
Yes. Been told that a couple times. I'll try to stand, shaky legs.
Mhm. So you head to the kitchen. What you see is the woman. Well, of course, you see Elias still in his Krynos form. But you see the woman that was at your protest today. Again, she's a professor at your university. She looks a little different. She looks a little bit taller and more muscular and a little bit more caveman-like. And she has snapped the neck of Janusz, your stepfather's bodyguard. And she's also ripped all the cameras out from outside your house.
Professor? You're here too?
Professor, huh?
Go on.
What is happening? Oh
It's-
my god.
it's-
And I'll start stopping.
It's all right, Lorelei. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is a shock.
Elias, knock it off.
Sure.
You got to spend me another point of willpower to leave. Because you haven't killed.
Yeah. Yeah. I will drop to Hammond.
Mm-hmm. And all your rage gone, please. But
Well,
I should remind everyone, now that we have some more experienced werewolves here, should you be in need of desperate rage, you may voluntarily check off a point of Hoglosk or Hirano. Anyway.
Heard. Would you mind going in the office and getting the actual computers that we need? We need to take them to Crack Teeth.
Sure.
Wits and technology with an extra dice, Elias, because you're Ghost Council.
Where's
Timber
exactly?
is going to go around the kitchen and find food.
Mhm.
And then sit next to Lorelei.
The food here is very fancy. There's no... It's like... And Lorelei, you would know this. Your mother's an almond mom. So all the food is very fancy and everything is uncooked and raw. There's no cooked food here. There's no snacks here. There's nothing here. You see some like very finely cut meat, raw meat in here. But that's pretty much it. Lots of alcohol though.
Yeah, she's going through the cupboards and like picking stuff up and just tossing it.
It's like flax seeds and chia seeds and...
Sweets will grab a bottle of liquor in one hand and a bottle of liquor in the other.
Mhm.
Just be like, what's your plan, Professor?
My plan is to burn the house to the ground.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Are you all right, Lorelei?
No.
I'm sorry. I was hoping that the protest would be when it would happen. I was waiting for it to happen, but then you got carted off by the police and still no change. You're a late bloomer, as we would call it.
So are you. You were full of flies before you changed.
Now, must we?
I'm just saying, it seems like a good fit.
Elias, what did you roll?
2 successes.
You find a couple more things, but you don't get everything.
Fair enough. Bring what I can to Sweets.
Lilette switches back to her Homid form. You watch her shrink down into the more human-like appearance. Lorelei, we are Garu. We are werewolves. Part wolf, part human, part spirit.
Like, really? Okay.
We are sworn by Gaia to fight the Wyrm wherever it flourishes, and it was flourishing here in this house.
Gaia.
She chose you. Made you Garu.
Like a real
The mother,
Gaia.
the earth. She is all of our mothers. Humans, wolves, Garu.
I'm familiar. I just never knew if it was real.
It's very real. Gaia chose you. Luna decided your auspice. And soon, a spirit will favor you, and you will join a tribe.
Which spirit? Wow, are there different ones? I don't know.
Yes,
You've already been chosen. She's waiting to seek you. I'm waiting for you to seek her.
I received a vision from my patron spirit, Gorgon.
Like Medusa?
People of the map call her that, yes.
Okay. Oh my god.
The two of you should go. We can finish up here.
I'll bring her to the Sept. It's closer. I don't think I should bring her right into Berlin tonight. It might help her acclimate better to spend time with other wolves, and you and I need to have a conversation.
Well, can I pack a bag at least?
Of course you can.
And we stop for food. They starve you here.
You're funny. Okay, I'm gonna go do that.
Don't leave behind anything that you are going to miss, because I'm going to burn this house to the ground.
Okay. Big bag, got it. And I will go around, like, the way I imagine the house is the kitchen is connected to both, like, the dining room and the living room. I'm gonna go, like, around so I circumvent the bodies.
Head up the spiral staircase. Head into your room.
Yeah.
Will you tell me, the storyteller, if there's anything in particular that you take of a particular significance? I'm sure you'll take clothes and your phone and your laptop and all the and a tablet, all those other things, but anything of personal significance that you take?
She's always had a go bag starting to be packed. But most importantly in it would be her travel altar.
Perfect.
So cloth, tarot cards,
all the things
wand,
that I assume you hid somewhere, hid under the floorboard, hid somewhere in a false back of the closet.
Absolutely.
Okay. As you pack your altar away and you stand up, turn around to leave the room and head back downstairs with these werewolves, you see on the floor a cat.
Are you with them?
I'm with you.
Oh, okay. You're the first sweet thing I've seen today. What's your name?
You can call me Ushi.
That's really cute.
I'm a gift.
From who?
I'll tell you later.
All right. Come on. I'll, like, put my hands down.
She puts your hands down. She crawls up you, and as she does so, she evaporates. But you can still feel her on you.
Okay. And I'll head down.
Back down in the kitchen, Lorelei is standing there. She's Lilette is standing down there. Thank you. And she sort of takes the body of the person she snapped his neck and just sort of casually tosses it in the room with the other dead bodies. And she sticks her head outside to the door that leads outside and starts pulling out gas canisters and putting them on the counter.
Did you know about the Fomor,
I did.
Lilette? Then why didn't you take her before now?
I knew that would be the perfect catalyst. I was kind of hoping she would kill him.
We'll talk about this later.
If you say so. It's hard, Sweets. I know you don't spend a lot of time with people of the map, but you can't just go killing political figures willy-nilly.
I didn't say anything about killing him.
What would you have me done? A rite of abjuration? I lack such a gift.
Out of respect for the young Garu in the pub, you and I will speak about this later when we're alone. And out of respect for you, old friend, we will speak about this later.
She starts taking the gasoline and starts throwing it over everything.
Grab another bottle of liquor and toss it to Elias.
Timber, what would you like to take from the house?
So, like, normally, there's, like, the giant, like, fancy bags that people in this demographic have. She's going to take it, dump it out, see if there's anything that was shiny in there, and if not, it's going, like, to
the bag you
rooms.
grab is a Louis Vuitton bag from Nina, who's dead. Inside are credit cards, money, makeup, a wallet.
Like, she throws away the cards. She grabs the money.
Mm-hmm.
The wallet she keeps because it's probably got like little designs on it. And then the bag itself she'll also give to Crow. She has no idea what it means, but it looks fancy. And then go to like the bathroom and start looking through drawers.
Fancy soaps, nice smelling soaps, and makeup, and all sorts of things in here.
If any of the makeup has like that shine to it,
the lipsticks
she's
too.
gonna grab
So
that.
so
The
basically, what
lipsticks,
you're
yeah.
telling me is that Timber is burglaring the house first.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I mean,
yeah, filling it up in the Louis Vuitton bag. Perfect. Yes, Lorelei, what did you want to say?
oh, I was going to say I would want to make it a point that I would grab any money that I could, but I see that's already being done.
You can certainly head into the office. If you make me a wits and technology roll, I'll see if I'll let you into his safe.
Oh, yeah.
The liquor that Sweets has taken is whiskey. Do with that as you may. Anything either of you would like to take from this house?
Sweets is gonna do a final pass of the office.
Wits and technology. You see Lorelei in here trying to get into the safe. What about you, Elias?
Looking for any sweet liqueur or something to replace what was taken from Cascada.
A sweet liqueur. Yeah. You can find several bottles. You find Aya liqueur. You find Koita liqueur. You find, think you find what you're looking for. You find an apricot liquor.
Perfect.
So you're just rating the bar. Do you take any other accoutrements from the bar? Take a tumbler. Take some limes. Anything?
Yeah, I think if there's like a like they have the kits, like the tumbler, the strainer.
Yeah.
I'll just fucking toss that into a Voskow bag, and that's coming with me.
What's gonna have
We're
to walk
so
on
fancy
two?
in this bitch.
I got to walk on two legs.
We
out here, and you didn't take a car anyway. Sweets.
We can steal a car on the way back.
Yeah,
It's fine.
What did you roll, Sweets?
2 crits, 8 successes.
Perfect. You can grab. You see that a bunch of stuff got left behind. You see tablets, phones, flash drives. You can gather the rest of what's here. And what about?
Did Lorelei get into the safe?
No, I'm about to ask. What about you, Lorelei?
2.
Nope.
Only 2.
No. I'm sorry. There's no way you know the combination to the safe because.
Oh, yeah.
No, not you. Sweets, even with 8 successes, there's no way you know the combination to the safe.
That wasn't why I was asking. Sweets will just kind of stop and look over at her. What do you think is in there?
Money, gold bars. I don't know. Maybe guns. I don't know what he keeps in here. I just know I need money.
What did he do? Who was he to you?
He's my stepfather. He was running for office. He runs this. He's part of this fucked up group. God.
Lorelei, you're having an issue remembering because you just turned into a werewolf. Let us not forget.
Yes.
If you could make me just roll me your dots in intelligence and roll me in dots in awareness, and I'll see what you remember about Tobias. I can't remember what name I gave him. No, what was it? Bleib treu. Stay true.
Bleib treu. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Power reroll.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it an electronic safe?
Yes.
That's better.
So
course it
Timber
is.
with a bag and like like one of those like fancy throw blankets that she's piled stuff in, just kind of comes to the room. Are we ready? Or
Trying to get into the safe, but I can't get in.
There are things that we can do. Things that you'll learn.
You gonna roll gremlins again?
Yeah, he'll look at Timber and kind of smile and give her a nod.
She like puts her bags down to her
They're
blanket.
burglaring the house, Lorelei.
Yeah, I see this, and I'm like,
And she's taking weird things too, like soap.
I passed the range.
She took one of those things like those. It's open as well. It's got oil in it. One of those fragrance things with the sticks. She just took it.
yep.
And it's open, and you can see that the oil is going to spill everywhere. You can smell it. But it looks like she just went like this to the bathroom.
Any sort of that jewelry she ran into, like anything. It's like, oh, shiny. Okay. Did I count that right? Charisma glory. Yeah.
With your 4 intelligence and awareness roll, Tobias Neutrau is the CEO of Green Earth Solutions. He is running for a position in a far right party in Germany called Alternative für Deutschland, which is gaining in a lot of popularity in Germany in recent years. He was running for a local parliamentary position here in Brandenburg, which is the state that you live in. And he was always cruel, always cold, and your mother and being with him and your brother falling in league with him as well turned them almost into copy clones of him, is what you would be able to tell Sweets. With 4 successes, you pop open that safe because you disable it with your Gremlin's ability, and you watch Timber do this. And the safe pops open. The only thing inside the safe is a contract.
How did you do that?
Because Timber can. She picks up her blanket again and her bag.
Sweets.
There's your paper.
Sweets doesn't have a great comprehension of English language, let alone legalese, but he is going to take a
German
look at it.
legalese is horrendous. I would know.
Is there like a manila folder in this office and anywhere that I can slip this in?
Yes. Do you even look at the contract? Or do you not?
Yeah,
bother?
he like superficially, like he knows he's a wolf born.
I'll look at it with them.
You would see that the contract is signed with an organization. Contract of Greenfield Solutions, it appears, has signed on to be fall under the umbrella of a different corporation called
Subsidiary.
Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Of an organization or corporation called Pentex.
Can I take a point of rage, please?
Yes, you may.
Great.
Do I know what that means or what that is?
Pentex, you've never heard of it.
Got it.
Sweets will put that in a manila folder and hand it to Elias. As soon as we get back to the Sept, do not stop to talk to anyone. Take this to Cascada. If anyone tries to stop you, knock them out of your way.
Seem very serious.
I've given you what you've been looking for. That's an excuse to go to war, and we know who we're going to war with.
What is this?
That foam war signed his company into a subsidiary of Pentex. You got your fucking war. And Sweets looks as upset with Elias in this moment as he is with looking at that contract, as he just hands it to him.
I look forward to seeing more here.
Help Lilette get this place doused. We need to go.
In fact, you already smell burning.
Yeah, it's time to go. I'm sorry that this is how you had to leave your home, Lorelei.
I was gonna leave anyway, but
No, you deserve better. And when I see you again, I don't know when that'll be. I can tell you about the world that you deserve.
We teach you how to be wolf. Much better.
Not coming with us, Timber. Coming home for tonight. But going with Savagewind in the morning.
Why?
This is the way of the Furies. Not ours to question. Gorgon is wise. Heed
You're the
wisdom.
master of kin-seeking.
And I've made my decision. Are you challenging me?
House is burning.
Let's go.
And Timber's gonna kind of bump into Lorelei's shoulder and kind of like get her to go out the door.
Go.
Timber's body movements are very strange. And speech is very strange. So you all hurry out of the house, which is actively burning. You see that Lorelei, Lilette, has pulled up with an SUV, and you recognize this to be the SUV that your stepfather got driven around in quite often. And she honks the horn.
Is that right?
Just stick my thumb out and smile. All right, pack it in. It's time to go.
Throw all of your stolen items into the car.
Yeah, Timber's just gonna open the back and just get in. Close.
I'll get
I'm gonna keep
shotgun.
the apricot liqueur away from Timber.
Did you grab a banana liqueur for Timber?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't at the bar. You were just at the that was the cold whiskey, yeah. Give Timber a banana liqueur. Lorelei, you ride shotgun, so Sweets and Elias in the back, and Timber in the trunk. And Lilette drives off. She drives pretty quickly, pretty expertly. She is a Hamid born. And she is sort of muttering to herself about what a gas guzzler this car is. And as soon as, we get back to the Sept at Monse, that she's gonna, have it taken out for parts, and just sort of mumbling to herself like that. She's not really communicating with Lorelei at the moment.
Laura's looking out the window, trying to keep her cool.
You see emergency vehicles start racing back towards the house.
Are they gonna follow me?
Most assuredly. There's a paper trail that you were arrested and taken back to the house, and now everyone's dead and the house is burnt down and your body's not there. Most assuredly.
Oh, fuck.
The strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. And Lilette is very strong. She'll protect you.
Sweets mentioned to Glasswalker. We'll attempt to get you a mask, but we might need to wait a little while. You're too recognizable. Of course, in Berlin, there are certain people we can make deals with to change your face, but let's not think about that right now.
Cracked teeth's good. He's not gonna need as much time as you think he's gonna
That's
need.
not what I mean. She was the stepdaughter of someone running for office. Her face was on the news. Her face was on social media campaigns. They know her face.
I know. But my words stand. Savagewind. I've met Glasswalkers, and he's a prodigy.
Yes. He's also a child of Spider, Sweets. Let's be realistic.
He is. I have my own reservations with Spider, but he is good at what he does, and he fights for Gaia.
For now. We all know that that's no litmus test, do we?
It isn't. But when you start deciding who your enemies are, just because of who their patron spirit is, well, soon they're all your enemy. and you end up just like the cult.
So what's your story, Elias?
I have a story.
We all have stories.
Then count mine as simple. I do as I'm told.
That's not very Ahroun of you.
Well, hasn't gotten me into trouble yet.
It will.
Sweets has been an outstanding mentor.
Some things never change.
What about you? Just because of your tribe, you get to come swoop in and pick up after the hard work is done?
Not quite.
It's unwise to stand between a fury and their quarry.
I don't need you to defend me, Sweets.
I'm not defending you. None of this is about you.
I told you I wanted her to kill the Fulmore. I'm surprised you all stepped in when you did. Unwise.
We'll talk about it later.
She's a pup.
I'm an adult. Actually. I'm right here.
Not anymore, you're not. Now you're just a pup.
Elias.
She's a pup of the Crescent Moon. And we need her in Berlin.
I'll explain the situation to Blood Moon.
Who is Blood Moon?
Yeah, is that another werewolf?
The child of Gaia, the one who came from Monse to help us.
No. Cascada. Gentle Mary's sister.
Yeah,
Did she make it out?
Gentle Mary.
Yes.
Her name blows in the wind.
I see. You'll come to learn, Lorelei, that our lives are short and violent.
Speak for yourself.
I always do.
Why though?
Because we are warriors for Gaia. You were chosen. We fight until we die, which tends to come sooner rather than later. Of course, you could give up. Give in to Hirano. Lose your wolf. Maybe that's the easier way out. I wouldn't recommend it.
Just fall silent. Processing everything.
Lilette pulls into the Monse Cairn. Parks really poorly. Well, I don't have the code to get in.
Elias, would you mind?
Sure.
Lilette gets out and starts removing the license plate from the car. I'll catch up.
Timber, will you show Lorelei where she can lay down for tonight?
Open door. Yes.
What you see when you enter into the cairn, Lorelei, is it's a commune, or a Kamuja, as you would call it here in Germany. These people seem to live on this land and have built little cabins here, and it seems to be a place where everyone shares food and clothing and works together for the betterment of this place. There's also a visitor center here, so obviously people can come here to learn about things. There's flyers posted on the outside of the visitor center about composting and recycling. And it seems to be a hippie commune, like you have only read about.
Yeah, was this place have like been on TikTok or Twitter?
It hasn't.
Oh, okay. So she wouldn't have heard about it.
Not this place. You've heard of these types of places, but not this one.
Yeah. Okay. This is amazing. How long has this been here?
Timber has been here 6 years. They drowned you, but you'll be okay.
They what?
Lots of information.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes, been a lot.
Wolf is easier. Once... It's easier.
I could imagine.
You'll learn.
But we need to feed you after I drop off my things. And we'll talk beer and litany. We're gonna have a good time.
Got it. All right. Sure. Good time.
So Timber, you take
Elias
Laura.
is-
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Just gonna abscond and just go to Cascada.
Mhm.
As sweets intended.
Timber, you're going to take Lorelei to the mess hall.
Yeah, she's gonna take her to her cabin since Pine Cones is gone.
Mhm.
If she needs somewhere to sleep, she's free to stay there for the
Yeah.
evening.
So when you see the inside of Timber's cabin, it's quite messy. There's things everywhere, and the bed that she indicates that you can sleep in this bed, it's all torn up. There's no sheet on it. It looks quite dirty, and it smells bad. In fact, her cabin
Okay.
doesn't smell super great. Timber doesn't seem to think that there's anything wrong with it, though.
Lorelei will just set her back down near the bed and just ground. Say, thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
and
this.
until you figure
Out, and she's gonna take and pour all the things that are in the throw blanket that she got onto her bed and hand the blanket back to Lorelei.
She'll actually kind of look at it, reminiscing about what she just lost.
Lost a lot of luxury, actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Sweets, Lorelei has removed the license plates, and she just switches quickly, rapid shifts into her glabral form, crushes them, puts them in a tiny ball, and then switches back down to her helmet form. You want to talk right out here in the parking lot, Sweets?
It's up to you.
No,
You-
it's up to you.
No. If you're comfortable talking here, I'm comfortable talking here. Or if you would like to have this conversation indoors, we can.
Well, you and I never spent a lot of time indoors, did we?
No,
So speak. What do you want to say?
that was reckless. Leaving her with a Fomor.
I knew she could handle it.
Did you? Were you sure?
Are you questioning Gorgon?
No, I'm questioning you.
Yes, I was sure.
At any point. I mean, you were in Potsdam. How close were you to Berlin? There could have been a labyrinth there. What would have happened if he would have took
I
her?
was in Potsdam. I've been in Potsdam. I work in Potsdam. I've been watching her for months.
And if he would have taken her to Berlin, and there would have been a labyrinth
I
there.
also have a home in Berlin. I am not your warden anymore, Sweets. You don't need to überwach me. You don't need to make sure that I am walking the right path, leaving no sense when I cross the water.
And because I am not your keeper of the land anymore, I can't be worried about my friend.
Don't lie.
I don't lie. I never have.
I'm fine.
Well, I'm not.
Okay. See a therapist.
Fuck you. We survived. And you just ghosted. That's what the kids say now.
I know. I have a 16-year-old daughter. Thank Gaia she wasn't at the cairn.
Well, kids should be growing up together.
Well, my ex doesn't know what I am.
My kids don't understand what I am, so I get it.
Renata doesn't understand either, and I've never really explained it to her.
But we should... We're family, Lilette, and you disappeared.
Yes. Out of shame, Crimson. After what happened with Jurgen, I ran back to face Night Mist. Rallying against everything that you told me I would do, and I couldn't take him. He gave me the chance to run, and I took it.
So he survived.
I assume so.
My cousin.
Your brother, at one time.
Not anymore.
So no, I didn't come back here. I couldn't face it. And honestly, the cult of Fenris is flourishing in Berlin, and I honestly didn't want to see what happened to Grunewald happen here. Cascada deserves her little hippy-dippy commune, I guess.
And you earned a place here.
Give it to Lorelei. After I need to bring her somewhere to do her rite of passage. May as well bring her here.
So stay.
No.
When you bring her back. Yes.
No. I need to be there for my daughter.
Neither of you can be out there alone.
Watch me.
That's not what I meant. You need to start looking. Find others like us. Find more Guru. Protect them and protect yourself. We don't have our cairn, but we all, until the day we die, we hold those titles.
I'll make you a deal, sweets. Give me 1 year with Lorelei. I'll bring her back here for her rite of passage after a year, and you can keep her. If she wants to go, though, and come back to me, you let her go.
Your tribe is always free to go where they please. Even if somebody says they aren't. You know, can we not play games about this?
Renata's 16. She's going to be going to university soon. She wants to spend all of her time in Berlin with her father, and I've missed out on so much. And I just can't, sweets. I'm sorry.
No. No. Don't you fucking cop out.
If you want to bring someone to the Sept, why don't you bring Maggie back here?
I've been looking for her every day. And 81 days. That's how many days it's been. And every day, I look for her.
About 6 months after the fall of Grunewald Cairn, I ran into, that silent strider.
Moorwalker, yeah.
He and your daughter were leaving her.
I figured.
I tried to talk to her, and she seemed very distressed over whatever it is that they talked about. So I left her. Besides, being around her is bad for us.
It's not bad for us.
No, it is. You feel it in the bones.
It's a danger like any other. We face danger every day of our lives.
Well, I'm worried about leaving Lorelei alone with that red Talon, so... Unless there's something
Don't be.
else.
No, there is something else.
Then make it quick.
And Sweet will grab her by the collar and shove her into the back of the van and hit her in the face. Now we're even. I missed you, and I'm begging you. Don't leave me hanging with no information again. I don't have many friends left.
Take care of the pup. I'll be back in the morning. And she switches down into lupus form and runs off.
Bitch.
Elias, you head over to Cascada's cabin. You knock. She opens the door. Again, always dressed in her tank top and cargo pants. You think she must sleep in them. Well, you're back early.
I am, and I come bearing gifts.
Gifts for me.
Gifts for you. And I will hold up the apricot. Apricot?
Mhm.
Either one.
Apricot.
Look for. And the papers that Sweets gave me.
Ah, is this something good, something bad? Well, come in.
I think both good, but we might have different opinions.
She shuts the door behind you, and she opens a cabinet and pulls out 2 glasses. Well, pour us a glass.
I will do just that. We procured the pup.
Was it as nasty as Timber?
Yes. Worse, I would say.
Wonderful. She looks over the manila folder. All right. Pentex is here in the city. Okay, Elias, I think I need to have a very serious conversation with you about something.
I'm all ears.
She takes the Apicosa liqueur and downs it like a shot. Then sits down on the bed. I have been very insistent in making Sweet's Master of Kinseeking, and been very insistent that he do it as often as he is able to, because I'm in an arms race. Or we're in an arms race.
Against.
Well, the Wyrm, obviously. When the old cairn fell in Berlin, it was devastating. I lost my sister. We lost so many. And the guardian spirit fell to corruption. Bor was powerful and wise. He was an incarnation of, or an avatar of Stag, of an incarna spirit, powerful. The guardian of the Monse Sept. The guardian of the Monse Sept is an avatar of a Celestine. It is an avatar of Luna. That's why we call it Moon Lake. If it falls to corruption, Elias, I don't know what will happen. I have inferred, however, from Tiara, it might affect all of our auspices and the gifts that we have because of them.
We aren't going to let it happen.
Pentex is all-encompassing, the Wyrm's most powerful agent. It is guarded by a patron spirit, they have their own gifts, banes that they call forth from the Umbra.
I don't care if it's the Wyrm itself. I don't care if it comes marching to our doorstep. Nothing is going to make this place fall. Not while I breathe.
I will die for Monsekern.
That's not happening either.
Maybe you should talk to Sweets. He had a vision not a long time ago. With Unicorn's throat torn open. I received the same vision a few years ago. So, I am ready and prepared to die.
I'm not prepared to bear witness to that. If it's an arms race, we have enough. We'll find more along the way. The Cold War is over. We'll take the fight to them. They'll never see the fucking doorstep of this place.
All right. We'll give what we can to Crack Teeth. Find where they are. I'm sorry, Elias. I know you came here from your other sept for a different kind of... for something different. And I'm sorry that it's going to be worse. And if you wanted to leave and go back to the Schwarzwald, I would understand.
I came to fight the Weaver. I came because people would listen. What kind of man, what kind of guru would I be if I left when there was a battle to be fought?
I've heard many stories about Horned Serpent and how they fight the Wyrm. And I wouldn't blame you.
I am a soldier, Cascada, and we have been at peacetime for so long.
You know that you're more than a soldier, don't you, Elias?
You helped me find that out the past few years.
I hope you'll remember it all the way up to the end.
Nothing is going to happen to this place. Promise.
I want to believe you. And I must believe it. For now.
Forgive what you'll see from me in the coming years.
I don't think there's anything that you could do, Elias, that I would not forgive you for.
I will kiss her forehead. I'll speak with Sweets.
All right. Timber and Lorelei in the mess hall. Timber, are you helping Lorelei? Like, are you as when you came to the cairn? Are you like giving her plates? Like, you're not sure. Like, you think she's Hamid, but like, do they know plates? Like, or
Yeah.
like, is this just a thing for the cairn? Like, maybe she doesn't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like, here's plate, and then we put food on. Utensils are tricky, but you get used to them. And then you as much food as you want, but make sure you eat everything you take. Make sure to get the pocket ham for the old man because he gets grumpy, and don't interrupt his naps.
You're talking about Sweets.
Yes, Sweets. He's master of kin seeking and just trying to do his job, so cut him a little slack.
Got it.
Yes. So, and then we're going to sit and talk about the litany, and she's going to have a beer, and she's going to put it in a glass, and then put down the money, and slide it over, and start talking about the litany, but in a Timber way, where it's you can't eat humans, no matter how like hungry you are. You can't eat them. It's not allowed, even though they're terrible.
Okay, that makes sense.
And you need to respect your elders, even though they live long past their prime and are grumpy.
As you two are talking and eating the variety of food here, you see there's a lot of vegetarian options here. Two children come running through the mess hall and run over to you, Timber, and jump on you. These are Tiara's children, and they say, "Timber, chase us! Become a wolf, chase us!"
I have my job to do, and
Do you turn into lupus form?
absolutely.
Yeah, and start chasing them. And you're quite surprised to see children here, Lorelei, and they start running around you, running around the table. They're screaming, not really, sort of fake screaming. And one of them jumps on Timber's back to get a ride, and then you're also chasing Leah as Jurgen is holding onto your back. You buck him off, and then they run back out the mess hall when that's all over. And they grab some food on the way as well, knock some trays over.
And
You
so
Just do that. They're children here. So they know.
yes, they know they will one day be wolf too. Timber will
God.
make sure.
Oh God. Okay.
They are Sweets, Tiara, Pups.
Miss Tiara.
Mother.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
She will take you through right.
What's that?
Where you earn your tribe with the spirit.
Okay. That sounds nice.
Red Talon, Griffin. Gorgon for you, maybe. You don't have to. Griffin is...
The griffins are cool. I like griffins.
Yes, exactly. So Griffin, Red Talon. You join pack. Pinecones has pack, and so Timber needs pack. So you
Pinecones?
pack.
There's someone. That's their name.
Yes.
I'm not judging. I'm just,
Why would you judge its name? You have name.
I do have, yes.
You don't
Just
need
seems-
name, but it helps.
Sweets, as you make your way into the cairn and start heading to the mess hall, and you can overhear this Timber trying to explain the litany, which is terrible because you're a Philodox. You're having a Ragabash explain the litany. Your two grandchildren crash into you. So they're running. They have food and sticky hands.
He'll just pick them both up
Mhm.
and
They're about 6
the
years old.
happiest he ever is when he's
Mhm.
with the grandbabies, and just whatever they want to talk about, even if it's silly and nonsensical.
They're trying to share their food with you. They're trying to shove
yeah.
bread into your mouth and stuff.
Yep, eat. Yep, whole nine. I'll go wash their hands since they're all sticky.
Mhm. And Elias, you can catch the glimpse of this of him heading into the mess hall as you leave. You can all converge in the mess hall.
Actually, I think after Sweets washes their hands, they'll come back to the table. All of you come with me to the tree.
Are we doing right now? Oh, okay. So make sure you stay low and fast.
You don't have to do that. It's fine.
She'll lose arm.
Timber's a Ragabash. They're the tricksters among us. They great wisdom, unconventional path.
Change order.
They change the path with unconventional wisdom. What? No, you're not doing this to me again. We
ahead.
can talk about the litany later. I'm a Philodox. We're the half moons. We're the keepers of the law and the traditions. I can go over the litany with you later. But
Okay.
we have something to do first. And Sweets will put the kids down for a second, long enough to turn into a wolf and they can both get on his back like they always do. And will make his way to the
So you
stone.
have to be Hispo form, because when you turn to a wolf now, you turn to a dog. And they're 6.
Right.
They're not that small.
Yeah. And we, leading everybody to the stone, he will do the Howl of Gathering
Oh,
as he moves to the cairn,
okay.
gathering everyone.
All right. So everyone gathers to the tree. Cascada opens her door. And who's here? A lot of them are gone. A lot of them are not here. Tiara's here. Talia's not here. Pinecones isn't here. Moorwalker's not here. There's very few people here at the cairn tonight.
And then once everybody's there, he'll get the kids down and take human form again.
Crookpaw's here.
The kin seeking that we went on today showed me something beyond what I normally see. I think we've all been here long enough to notice that there is a Garu that has gone through their rite of passage without a deed name that walks among us. But their name was whispered to me by Northwind today. I look to Elias. Northwind calls you Heart Eater, as the heart holds hidden knowledge that the mind cannot possess. You seek it, you hunt it, and you devour it, the secret knowledge. And so you are called Heart Eater. I say it is so.
Crookpaw immediately starts howling in approval. Looks to you, Timber, to do the same.
Timber is gonna watch him and then look at her packmate and kind of chuff at him and then howl at him. And then knock
Elias.
into Lorelei so she joins.
Oh.
Elias
We'll work
will-
on it.
Elias will haul out sort of like a battle cry that will change this into a howl as she shifts to Lupus.
You watch Cascada shift to Lupus as well and begin howling. And Ushi appears again on your arm, Lorelei. She says, "You can do that too, you know. You don't always have to stick out like a sore thumb."
Okay. How?
Think wolfy thoughts.
Okay. I'll start thinking about, okay, what do wolves think about? Howling, running, hunting. And I think without realizing it, she would get lower.
And Timber is
Lower.
sort of like and just pushing down on you to get you to the ground. And you may shift
Up
to
on her
your
hind legs and just
Lupus form, and you will become a small wolf, red with black streaks.
Yes. And I will begin howling.
Sweet will hold up the bottle of whiskey that he's been
You're in
slowly
Hispo
sipping
form because
on.
you have your grandchildren on you, right?
No, I put them down
Oh,
and
okay.
went back into
Your
Hamid
grandchildren
form.
are also howling.
Perfect. And they'll just hold up the bottle of whiskey. Tonight, we revel. For our brother has a name. And we've gained a new sister.
You watch Cascada come over to you, Lorelei. Of course, you don't know this is Cascada, but she comes over and she puts her mouth over your mouth. Little corn knobbing, I guess you'd call it. It's a sign of
Lorelei
affection
will,
among
like-
wolves.
Yeah, Lorelei doesn't know that.
Yeah.
She'll not take a step back, but like I want to lift a paw and like lean back a little.
As you do that, another wolf comes up behind you, also a red wolf, and he does the same thing. He's a little more rough about it, though. And Timber, that doesn't feel very good. You got no such homecoming from your father.
Watching this, and just there's that slight like rage that picks up.
Mm-hmm. You may increase your rage if you like.
Yep. And then I'm gonna tackle into Lorelei.
Fall to the ground, unprepared.
Tiara did not shift, however, for this. Instead, she takes her 2 children and heads back to her cabin.
Sweets will just approach Elias and kind of run his hand through the fur on the top of his head. You've earned this.
Thank you.
Now it's your decision on what you do with it. And I'll be watching you.
Watch closely.
Do not make the same mistakes that Crimson Howler made. Heart Eater. And he'll turn to follow Tiara.
Timber, Lorelei, and Elias, is there anything else or anyone else you'd like to have a discussion with, or a discussion amongst each other?
I think Lorelei would be very starting to feel excited despite everything.
Sure. Also, I'm sure this is a lot of information. This is a lot of changes in just a few hours.
It's like it's coping, honestly.
Honestly, yeah.
It's coping.
Maybe you understand a little bit now why Lilette is the way that she is.
Yeah, absolutely. And she would just be like, so this is my life now?
Yes and no. Good times. We have the good times. And then we fight through the bad. And we will rip out the Wyrm and put the Weaver back in its place. And for now, we celebrate.
You got really serious there. I'll ask about that later, okay?
It'll all become normal, and your nature takes over. You'll accept things. I mean, look at you now. You're already starting to accept that you can talk as a wolf. Bet you didn't even notice.
Oh, you're right. This is really weird. I kind of... This is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot.
It's what's called the Garu tongue.
Okay.
Easier.
Cascada comes over and sits next to Elias. She's a completely black wolf. And she says, in the Garu tongue, there's going to be a lot more that you're going to learn, or going to have to learn. You're Theurge, and they're so desperately needed in this sept.
Okay, what does that mean?
You commune with spirits much easier than the rest of us. You can see things differently. Where certain of us are concerned more with human side things. My patron spirit concerned more with human side things. Others concerned more with Garu-sided things. Yours is the realm of the spiritual.
Eyes would go wide and she would... Wow, okay. You know, I tried before, and I thought I was communicating, and, you know, there's always thought in the back of your head that maybe this isn't real, but I guess it is.
You'll learn there are many things in this world that are real.
I'm seeing that now. Okay, well, thank you for accepting me, I guess.
Cascada Blood Moon. I'm the leader of the Sept. And you are always welcome here.
Lorelei, thank you.
Now we run.
Got it.
We run. You used legs too much. Now you have 4.
Yeah, I can see why this would be easier to run with.
Run. Hunt. You need to learn to hunt. They starved you there. We can't have that.
You smell rabbit, Timber.
We run. We get rabbit. Come on.
We
Come on.
run. And I'll follow clumsily.
Do you go with them, Elias? Heart eater?
I'm gonna hold off for now and just watch Sweets. I know that Sweets is going to speak with his daughter, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just holding off on the reverie until he's done.
How do you approach Tiara, Sweets? You know that your grandchildren are in there. Moorwalker is not. They are separated now.
I think he's gonna stop by his own cabin on the way there and grab some of the little candies and the little toys that he's slowly gotten for the kids to play outside with.
Your son
Like,
Marcus
if you,
is in there. He says, Tiara's gonna fucking kill you if you bring the kids sweet in the middle of the night.
I want her angry. It's the only time she ever tells me the truth.
No. What was all the whooping and hollering for?
Elias, you got a name?
Whoopie-doo.
What's your deal? Are you trying to mate with Timber? Like, what's going on?
With Timber?
You had a shitty attitude earlier.
Oh god. You don't pay attention at all unless it's Tiara, huh? That's exactly what Talia said.
No.
Go give him the sweets, Dad. I'm tired. I have to work the early shift.
What's going on with you?
I've had a crush on Cascada since I was like 16. Like, what's
Why
up?
didn't you make your move?
I don't know. She's older than me, and she's kind of like the leader here, and she's busy, and she's a werewolf. In case we've forgotten that.
Okay. Well, despite her entanglement with Heart Eater, tell her how you feel.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'll get right on that, Dad.
Could you do something for me?
Yes.
After your shift tomorrow, let's go for a walk.
Yeah, I
Been a while.
want to clear out some more of the forest, for the garden is just growing like crazy because we keep getting more people, so I need to do that.
Yeah, let me help you.
Sure.
Hey, I love you.
I love you too.
I'm sorry, I'm busy.
I guess
I'm
it
trying to
just
be-
sucks being around a ton of people and still being alone.
I get it.
But really, Timber? Have you smelled Timber's cabin? And she won't let me in to clean it.
I'll talk to her.
Ugh.
Hey, we're all in this together. Marcus.
Whatever you say, Dad.
When you roll your eyes at me, you look like your mom. Then he'll just kiss him on the forehead and ruffle his hair. And then bring sweets and toys for the kids.
Tiara's putting them down for bed.
Ah, fuck. Okay, maybe we tuck those in the pocket. And, like, as soon as he sees her putting them down to sleep, he's like, ah, fuck.
What can I do for you, sweets?
We need to talk.
Can it wait?
You can wait a few minutes. I don't want to disrupt the routine.
No, it's fine.
No, it's important. That book that I read, you have to keep kids to a routine.
Our conversation won't last very long. Come to the kitchen, please.
Okay. Follow her into the kitchen.
What is it? Sense the sweet water.
It wouldn't kill you to call me Dad.
I'm not willing to test it. What is it?
I talked to Savagewind.
Lillette?
Yeah. What do you think she told me?
I don't know.
No, you know, dear. I'm not mad. I know that me being mad would be easier for you to react to. But I'm not upset with you. I just want to know why.
I'm afraid you're gonna actually have to say it out loud, Sense the sweet water. I'm not here to play word games with you.
Why didn't you tell me that you saw your mother?
Because there was no point.
There might not be any point for you.
There was no point for anyone. Deep in the throes of Hirano, just being near her was like a physical embodiment of despair. You could feel it in the blood, in the bones, in the air. Couldn't bring her back to the sept. She'd infect all of us.
Do you know what I feel in my blood and my bones around you, Tierra? What your children feel around you. The same sickness that took Grunewald from us.
Did Finley put you up to this?
No. I haven't seen him in months. And honestly, when I see him again, I'm gonna break his fucking jaw.
Good.
But I'm not here to talk about your mate. I'm here to talk about you. I love you, and I will never stop loving you. But if you don't turn around and think about balance, my grandchildren are going to have the sickness that killed my son. And you won't be around to deal with it, because it'll kill you first. I'll be the one to deal with it. Or worse, Moorwalker will be the one around to deal with it. And we both know he can't. He doesn't know, he doesn't understand.
Thank you for the advice, Master of Kinseeking. Is there...
It's not advice. Right, Master?
Is there anything else?
Don't make me do what I will have to do if you give in to the Hoglosk. Because you know what I will do.
Make sure to reach out to Smooth Tongue before you do it. Galestalker Philodox.
Please. hear me.
I have hurt you. Is there anything else?
I'm not gonna give up on you, Tiara.
No. Just Mom.
Didn't give up on her either.
I don't know where she is. I
I know you don't.
I found her 6 months after Grunewald fell, and I told her to stay away.
I understand.
At least she can keep her word about something. I need to put my children to bed, thank you.
Why don't you let me take them for the night?
No. Why don't you go celebrate with Heart Eater?
I'm getting tired of these games.
And yet you keep coming back to play. Thank you, Sense the Sweetwater. I need to put my children to bed now.
I love you, and I'll see you in the morning.
She just holds the door open for you.
He'll kiss her on the cheek as he walks out the door.
She gets stiff. Closes it behind you, almost hitting you in the behind as she does so.
He'll pick up the bottle of whiskey that he left at the door. Drink about a quarter of the bottle.
See Elias waiting for you.
It's generally considered poor form to miss out on your own celebration.
It's generally considered poor form to celebrate, but without the one that gave me the name.
Yeah, fair enough. So what do you want to do?
Why now, sweets?
What do you mean, why not?
It's been years. Why now?
To give you a name?
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm honored, truly.
It was never my choice. That's the thing with a deed name. You gotta do the deed. And you've done it bit by bit, day by day. But you ate the heart today. You got what you were looking for. That secret knowledge. I don't even think you really know, and it's not my place to tell you. But you learned something today that the mind can't comprehend. Like I said, it's knowledge so profound, so secret, so true, only the heart can understand it. You learned something today. That gave you your name. Your value, that's the thing with, being from the get. I know how to make a name sound ferocious and bloodthirsty and inspire dread in your enemies. That's all fucking, it's just another way to fucking spin a story. But that's not your fucking worth. And we've been around each other long enough that it's time for me to take the fucking kid gloves off. Honestly, you're not even in the top 50 Guru warriors I've ever fought beside. Your value is not that you're a great strategian. You're not a great warrior. It's not, your value isn't even that, horned serpent walks with you. Your value is you, who you are, Elias Richter. with no prompting from the auspice of Luna, with no prompting from Horned Serpent, you will not stop until you've eaten the heart. Until you get to the core of the thing and devour it. And no one can fucking take that from you. If Horned Serpent turned its back on you tomorrow, that would still be who you are. If Luna refused to shine on you ever again, it would still be who you are. Northwind knew. And today he whispered your name to me. And now you have it. So do something with it. Capiche?
Your wisdom is wasted on ears that wouldn't listen. You know that? All the times I was closed off and didn't listen. Now you're just as stubborn as I am.
Maybe. But you should let that lesson today that you learned that you don't even know what it is sink in and then tell me that again. Because I don't think you can. You're fucking a vegan werewolf.
Yeah.
That was everything you stood against 8 years ago. Let the lesson sink in. Absorb it.
As you say that, Timber and your new pup, Lorelei, come bounding back as wolves. Timber has a rabbit in her mouth. Lorelei has no rabbit in her mouth. And you can hear sort of Timber talking to her through the rabbit, crunching it a little bit as she's talking, saying like, or giving her advice. What tips would you be giving her as you got the rabbit, so she doesn't get to have it?
Just make sure that you're not stepping on your own feet. Step on the rabbit's feet. And when they zig, go the other way. Otherwise, you will eat dirt again.
For all your wisdom, since the sweet water, you'll excuse me. There was an injustice done today, and I have to restore balance. And I will go to steal the rabbit from Timber.
It was supposed to be a gift for Elias, but now Timber's fighting for it.
As the two of them fight for it, Sweets in a just very clear but very powerful monotone voice will remind them, the greatest of the kill goes to the highest of station, and hold out his hand.
If a wolf could raise its eyebrows, like,
Okay. Well, in fact, they can. But a Ragabash might interpret that in a funnier way. Technically, his boss is Tiara.
Yeah, so Timber's ears like go to the side, and she kind of slinks down and starts towards Sweets, and then dashes and tosses it at Cascada. And it flops.
And Cascada, as a wolf, if a wolf could look at it with chagrin and distaste.
An offering to our Sept Master.
Thank you, Timber. Please, you should have it.
Thank you. And Sweets will pick it up. And then he'll just snap the spine, tear it into 2 pieces, and toss the head half to Timber and the back legs half to Elias, keeping just the liver for himself, and he'll just pop it into his mouth. You're leaving with Lilette in the morning. You'll be free to come back here once your rite of passage is finished.
Okay. What's that like?
Difficult, but I'm no fury. My rite of passage, my first rite of passage, was brutal. It was killing. It wasn't hunting, it was war. My second rite of passage was very different. And that is for Northwind and I to know. I will not say you will be safe. I will not say that you will not have to make risks. And I will not say that you will be the woman you are when you're done. I can offer you no comfort. But what I can offer you is wisdom. You will survive. Even if Lilette will die before she lets anything happen to you.
Surely it won't come to that.
It has come to that for many Garu seeking acknowledgement within our people. Many pups don't survive. We've been lucky here. You will need to fight for your life, Lorelei. There's no, as I said, there's no comfort that I can offer you. But the wisdom I have to offer you is this. In a rite of passage, you cannot follow the elders who walk with you. You must forge your own path. See your own way forward. Prove your own glory, honor, and wisdom to the totems. And no one can do that for you other than you. Trust in yourself, the heart that beats within you, the secret knowledge that is in that heart. Listen to it, follow it, let it guide you. You'll be all right.
Thank you. Sweet. Kind of bow her head.
Oh, you don't. That's too much. That's too
Oh,
much.
okay. Sorry, I didn't know.
It's customary to just, kiss the paw as well.
Nah.
If you can.
All of
Elias.
you watch the cat appear on Lorelei's shoulder, on her furry wolf shoulder, stand on her back, and she says, "You don't need to show him respect."
You're not a member of this sept. You need to show me no deference.
He used to be
Although-
a very, very naughty boy.
Also true. But Cat is also a trickster spirit. We see each other.
Incorrect.
I don't care what you say. Cat is a trickster spirit.
What is it that you said? Who? Outside of the Grunewald Cairn.
Yeah. I'm watching you.
Bring your friend with you to your right.
It's a powerful ally.
And trust your instincts, not the human ones. The new ones. The better ones.
Timber.
I'm offering words of comfort, old man.
I like this one.
Fucking course you do.
You'll be fine. Just keep your head on shoulders and...
Literally and figuratively.
Once again, not helping. Worse. Terrible at this.
Okay. All right.
And be respectful.
course.
Just think of it this way. Either you're going to get through it just fine, or it'll no longer be a problem.
This is why you must come back. Please. Timber doesn't use that word. It's a stupid human word.
Okay, I'll come back.
At that moment, you hear a car pull in, and Pinecones leaps over the fencing here, and he says, "Timber, I have banana juice and beer!" And he comes running at you. And you see some strange person come running into the cairn at Timber. And you see a couple of other people with them as well, coming into the cairn.
We shouldn't give cracked teeth the computers. I need to go sit by the lake for a while, I think.
Okay.
You're free to join me if you like, Lorelei. I think there's someone there who would like to meet you on the day of your first change.
Oh, sure.
Elias, can you handle everything here? I mean, it's like I said, your party.
Take care of it.
Pinecones holds up a beer with more banana juice than beer in it. To you. Drink is good. Sweet. Timber, tell him sweet.
Sweet. It's sweet. Good. Because heart eater.
Yeah. Whose heart?
So, in human house, there we were.
Do the thing where the paws go over the eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, and Sweet will just kind of like gesture to Lorelei and start to walk towards the lake.
Do you just want to show her the moon?
Follow.
Is that what I'm getting from this? Is there a conversation that you want to have?
I mean, unless Lorelei has something to say, Sweets is gonna be quiet.
I think Lorelei would also be quiet, processing and trying to commune.
So what you see when Sweets takes you to the lake, is a perfect. Hang on. What was the name of the lake? I wrote it down. I can't remember the name of the lake.
To the notes.
Yeah, what the fuck? The Templin Essay. That's why, because it's called the Templar Lake. That's I'm just not gonna remember that. The Templin Essay. You see a perfect reflection of the crescent moon on the water, and that is where we will end Prologue 4, a final liberation for this evening. Thank you so much, everybody.